I can't select my token because everything's black for me. I am yes, because I'm part under elf, dark elf, bad elf. Oh, okay, no, it worked. It works now.
See the map, but let me double check that my character can. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes.
No, I have light.
Oh, wait, wait, wait. Fiona is wearing the Goggles of Night. I don't actually
Fiona
have the
took the
Fiendish Vision.
goggles. Fiona
I
took the
changed it
goggles
on the
for me a
level up.
long time ago. She
Wait, I
Thank
got
you.
Goggles of Night in my inventory as well.
Yeah, during one of the breaks, she was like, "You guys don't deserve these," and took it back.
Yeah. She took Thank
That's too nice.
Yeah. Immediately, Hezron goes, "Oh, a dragon!"
Hmm. Quick question. Sorry, quick question. Would she know how rare they are? Okay. Okay.
Mhm. I have a question, John. Would this be one of the dragons that we heard of earlier in the campaign? Because the other ones they were out, right? Gotcha,
Hmm.
gotcha. Okay.
Sexy. Hmm. Well, yeah. Let's just fucking open up with this one. I'm going to cast Faded Conflagration, and I'm going to use my. Is this a channel divinity? I think it's just a class feature. I'm going to use Annihilating Edict. Um, so I take 15 damage, and this spell does max damage, which will be 36, I believe. No, 68. So that'd be 48. 48 damage. Um, so I take 15. It'll do 48. I need to make a spell attack. So let's do. I'll just use the 6 points. So that's a 20. Okay, cool. So that's yeah, cool. And I take 15, and then I'm going to close the distance. Yeah. So he with his new sword, he goes, "Yeah!" And like flames kind of race up the blade and explode from the tip and hit the dragon. And then, still like keeping the sword pointed, he just goes, "Ah!" and just charges forward. Actually, I'm using the sword and shield I got from Avran.
Okay. Malika sees dragon and immediately uses her bonus action to hex it. Ignore that damage, I guess, unless I hit it. So we are going to just go with the classics. I imagine a 15 will not hit. Okay. Oh yeah. That's true. 20. The cheek. 3. Oh, bitch. Okay, so that'll be a 9. Wait, I have agonizing. What does that do? I'm so sorry. Oh, to the damage. 4. I'll fix that. Yes, I already used my bonus to hex, and I'm gonna move over here. Ooh. Okay.
Hmm.
He doesn't have to.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. It's 19.
Damn it.
Hey.
Okay. Oop.
Jesus. Okay. I was trying, but it wasn't coming through. I'm sorry. I'm gonna dash. Then I'm gonna bonus action Holy Swordsman stance. Around it, just to be safe, because I don't want to die again and trip. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, Holy Swordsman stance, and then I try to just get right in front of it and get ready with a swing. The I believe that one was the stance where the sword is like behind the head. Yeah, and it's like one arm is kind of down, and then the other one is gripping.
Very
The
berserker.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Since I'm prone, do I need an action to get up? Half my movement. Okay. Okay. So I'll grab that. And I'm gonna try to move over here as quiet as can be. And that would be the bonus action to move him. Okay. Shit.
And now that can Hezrod see him?
I am a pretty much green river merfolk wearing scale mail, now carrying a gun, and he's kind of like crouched and like just like kind of running over to the side because he's like does not want to get hit again. But yeah, green merfolk.
Does he look more closely resembled towards Hezrod, or does he look like those other fish creatures that we have fought before? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, mhm, mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm. A lot leaner. Yes. More freshwater fishy is the best way to describe it. I'm a trout. Yeah.
Oh, Hezrod's more like a tuna.
Oh, got him.
Do fishes make sounds?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Like I would just imagine a Hezrod fish. Like if I ever saw one in person, it would just be like, ah.
just screams. Ah! Ah!
No shit. Can I take a shot? Ready. Just like shit.
Gotcha. Hezrod, you have a bonus to it.
Fuck yeah.
I think you got +4.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not, because I'm going to use my inspiration. Yeah. I want to see this damage.
I'll take it. I figured.
Yeah, I think my total's like
I'm sure that this
26.
is loud. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
What
this
in the
is an
blazes
explosion.
was that?
This
How's
is an
Hezron-
that?
exposed
Sorry.
base.
Hezrod's just like cackling like a kid on a roller coaster. Yeah, he's like, I don't know what that was, but it's fucking awesome.
John, there's
Oh.
no sound on the stream.
Oh no.
John, there's
Oh.
no.
Oh my gosh.
Oops. Oh no.
John,
There was
there's
no sound?
Oh my There was no sound for 20 minutes. It's okay.
Oops.
Oh, fuck.
Ah!
There was no sound?
There was no sound for 20 minutes. It's okay.
It's okay.
There'll be a
See,
reverb
this
moment.
is why. This is why
That's
at the
funny.
beginning
That's
I
funny.
have my.
I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional.
visual in the beginning.
It's fine. Okay, so since you missed everything because I've been talking to nothing for a while, I was saying stuff about the dragon and cool stuff. It was really exciting. You missed it, but you heard everyone else talking, which is cool. And here is Kel's character image, and then we'll just go from there. Just ignoring the last 20 minutes.
Oh, so this isn't a this isn't an attribute of the weapon. This is just a gunshot in a confined space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit's loud.
The target number
Yeah,
was 10.
I could imagine.
Yeah, the con number was 10. It's not like a huge limiter,
I
but
got you.
yeah, Malika failed.
Right.
Anyways,
Oh, that's killer on the ears.
what was the damage on that shot, Kel?
That was 13 piercing.
All right.
Nice.
You kind of like line it up, shoot, kind of hit the back ankle, or kind of like reverse joint on it, and you can see kind of blow out, kind of drop down. Its attention seemed to kind of stir backwards, and you hear it speak in Draconic. Anyone who could understand Draconic, you're still awake, as it kind of turns and looks back at the merfolk.
It's like, no, look at them. Get out.
Between Kel and Alton, as it kind of turns its attention towards Kel, Avran, I'm assuming in the swordman stance, you're like ready to like throw down the blow, and this tail comes like whipping down straight at the top of your head.
Do it. Hit me.
I'll try. No promises. We'll see how it goes.
I should have used punishing. Fuck!
Tail attack. That's gonna be 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
13 bludgeoning damage. Just a solid smack across the chest. All right, Alton, you're up.
All right. So Alton is going to make a fun little movement of 25 feet because he's so tiny. His little legs can't do much.
Keep going.
And then he is going to go stealthy stealth. Where did my... Oh, there it is. And can I do a or does that cost a bonus action to put serpent venom on the dagger?
It's actually an action to poison your weapon, unless it says otherwise on the poison.
I was reading through. Let me read poison.
Let me double check here. Handouts.
Poison.
All the food is.
Contact ingested, inhaled, injury. Blah 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 blah.
What type of poison was it again?
serpent venom.
Gotcha.
It's a potent.
Yeah. So since it doesn't specify, it's an action to apply it.
Okay. I've already moved, and I did my bonus of.
So you can use your action to apply it if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just apply it to my vicious dagger
Okay.
that I'm supposed to protect Malika with. Ah!
Got it. All right. Solid. Moving on to Fiona.
Okay. She is going to summon an undead spirit. I think I can drop it from.
You should have a drag and drop. Yeah, I think we've done
Cool.
that.
I wouldn't drop it there though. I would drop
Yeah.
it.
Move it to where you're going.
Cool. Right here.
Okay.
And I was thinking about this for like a solid 5 minutes about what kind I want it to be. This dragon looks like it's grounded, right? Like it's not hovering. It's
The roof in here is about 50 feet high if you're kind of like doing the mathematics. So it looks like it can kind of move around aerially, but it doesn't really have anywhere it can go besides this chamber.
got you. And sorry, its feet are currently on the ground, is what I mean?
Sorry, yes, correct. It is currently landed.
Okay, cool, great. In the off chance it decides to fly, I don't know if it would, but it might. I'm gonna make it ghostly. So then the ghostly spirit is going to try to deadly touch it.
Okay.
Ugh. Wow, that's a terrible roll. I
No
doubt
miss?
that hit. It doesn't. It only has to succeed on a wisdom save if it hits, right?
Correct.
Okay, great. I don't know if it would risk. It's gonna fly straight up. If the dragon gets an opportunity attack, it does.
How
but
far is it going upwards?
Let me look at how much movement it gets. It gets fly speed 40, so I'm gonna have it go up 30.
Couldn't
Wait,
you just
I've-
summon it in the air?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Well,
Fiona, I don't think your macro is adding your spell attack modifier.
Even still, it wouldn't hit with that.
Okay, but just FYI, Fiona.
No
Yeah,
worries.
it isn't, but
oh, it didn't. You're right. So it would be +8, so that would be a 17 to hit.
No, not even close.
Yikes.
Confirm for AC 20.
Yeah. Sorry, the reason why I have it, it would need to move. Oh wait, no, +7 to hit. What?
Still miss.
Why did it say +7?
Well, anyway, how far are you moving up?
Sorry, that's confusing. I'm gonna have to edit the macro.
No worries.
Yeah, it's just gonna fly straight up. You know what? I'm gonna say 40. We'll go all the way 40 up.
Yeah, it's gonna take a swing at it. I'm
Cool.
gonna bite it. Yeah, it hits. It's going to do 25 piercing damage and 6 acid damage, and the attack is considered magical for the purposes of damage
Cool.
reduction.
Interesting.
So 31 points of damage.
Yikes.
Still alive?
I'm trying to determine if it gains anything extra. It says +10 for each spell slot above third, so it wouldn't include third, right?
Yeah, third would be 30 base.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, it would completely kill it.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many.
Real quick.
Yeah.
As you watch the dragon slam into it, you watch as this kind of vitriol spills out from its maw, and as it kind of grabs a hold of what you thought to be kind of intangible, kind of undead, it seems to suck the creature into its mouth. And you actually see, again, some of the wounds stitching closed on its body.
Not
Stitching.
cool.
Interesting.
Not cool.
But I am curious now, like, Fiona might shout out, it wasted its reaction.
Okay.
Unless it has more than one reaction, which I don't know.
Okay, so then it's going to start its turn after you. So it gets its reaction.
Fiona's going to run as far back as she can, by the way. She's going to try to go through the door unless it's completely... yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Are you scared
no,
now?
we're trapped in here.
But quick note, so like your ghost goes after you, so you would have summoned it. You would have had to have moved before it went. So since it went, your turn's actually over. But that's fine. As it kind of consumes the ghost, it switches to its turn, which actually reschedules its reaction. It's going to turn its attention towards the merfolk, and it's going to move away from Avran uncaringly, but as it's doing so, it swipes its tail at you. So it's going to get the tail attack first.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That hits.
And it's going to be a total of 18 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And if you're still standing, which I assume you are, you can take an opportunity attack because it's moving away.
So while it's moving away, and it goes for that tail swing, Avron's gonna like try to brunt it, not catch it, but brunt it,
Just
and then try to swipe like down at the tail.
yeah, you kind of bring up the hand for the swordsman stance. You feel the brunt of it hit, and just kind of solid chop. Give me the attack. Do you have Sentinel, by the way?
No, I don't. Is it undead? Because
It's
hatred
not.
would take. Okay. Let me just.
And it's not a necromancer dragon. It just has a feature when it kills something, it gets hit points back. That's it.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I have a lot.
I
of
got you. It wasn't
spells.
eating the ghost; it was being invigorated.
Correct.
23. It's 12 slashing.
As you kind of take the brunt of the tail, you see the main body walking away, but you throw out a swing against the tail. You put a nice cleft into it. You can actually see it kind of split open the tail, and you can hear it kind of and kind of drop down a bit as it's moving towards this strange merfolk you've never met. It seems to kind of like throw its head over its shoulder very quickly, but seems to move straight towards Kel regardless. Once it gets to that position, it is going to full itinerary against Kel. Besides the tail, so it's going to actually make 2 more attacks. It's going to claw, and it is going to bite.
Oh no.
The claws hit for 10 slashing,
Okay.
and the bite hits a 16.
Well, hey, John, it was nice meeting you.
Do you miss?
Yeah.
Did the 16 miss?
A 16 does miss, actually.
Okay, so you watch as it kind of comes forward, and it actually brings its claws down, slashing into you. You kind of weren't ready to fight, so you fall back a little bit further than it was expecting, and so its teeth kind of slam with this kind of like massive kind of clamp sound in front of you, and you just kind of fall to the ground. Well, not ground, you kind of fall back a bit. So
There's a little
35,
thing right there that I'm kind of behind.
yeah, kind of like you kind of like lean on it as it kind of bites. So you're not prone, but yeah, you are knocked back a little
I
bit.
take the full 26.
Just 10.
Just 10. Okay.
Oh, is it showing? Is it showing the my rolls?
No.
Okay, good. How else
You
am I
told
supposed
it. You
to
said it.
Okay,
You said it. You said it out loud.
fair. Hezron, you are up. Yeah, you can definitely see that this merfolk, who you've never met, is definitely operating with him. When you kind of both see each other, what you'll know very specifically is what type of merfolk one another is. Kel is a river merfolk. You can just tell based on the way he looks. Other people may not be able to recognize that, but you, Hezrod, can. The distinctors are very clear. And then the alternative being the case, Hezrod is a coastal or coral.
I believe he's coastal.
Yeah, that's right.
Coral.
Coral, that's right. And then Malika, who was colored like coral, was actually a coastal. I remember now. But yeah, perfect. Regardless, you two kind of see each other through the dragon's legs, and it's your up, Ezra.
Yeah, so like as Hezrod's like pushing himself up off the ground, he's kind of like locking eyes with Kel, and then he like stands to his feet, and he kind of runs over here. I use half my movement to stand up, so 5, 10, 15. We'll move to about there.
You can diagonal. You can diagonal sharp across the. You can do this
So,
if you want, so
yeah,
you can get there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So bonus action, spiritual weapon on this guy, and then action, Eldritch Blast. So
Okay.
he like points the sword, and you see a hammerhead shark and 2 barracudas come racing out of it. There's like blue energy like races down the blade and like shoots out.
Nice.
So the hammerhead shark is the spiritual weapon, and the barracudas are the Eldritch Blasts. So yeah, and they just start laying into him.
Give
So
it.
I'll go ahead and just roll my attacks. Let's see here. There we go. Their spiritual weapon.
Hit.
Yep, 22. That's
Solid.
And Eldritch Blast 1.
Miss.
12, that's a miss. Eldritch Blast 2 is an 11.
Miss. The barracudas kind of dance across the scales and start dissipating into energy, but you see the massive kind of great white kind of take a bite and kind of start roiling on the exterior of the carcass. This was a level 2 spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a massive great white. It's like,
Hammerhead.
Oh, hammerhead. Sorry, that's right. Because the great white's the next one up. Anyways, moving on. Malika, before your turn begins, it's going to take a legendary action. It is going to wing attack. Kel, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does it deal damage?
The wing attack?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Okay.
23. Okay. So you watch it kind of lift its wings up, and you've done this before. Like, you're kind of trained. So you immediately kind of dip to the side and kind of roll off of the thing you're on and kind of roll to the side a little bit. As the wings kind of drop down, you're not buffeted to the ground. Instead, you kind of let the wind kind of catch you and let you kind of continue your roll to a standing position. And it flies backwards and kind of lands. As it's doing so, it's spinning, and you can see its wings kind of scything around as it comes around to face Hezrod. That's its legendary action. Malika, you're up.
As it barrels in towards Hezrod, he just goes, ah!
You take 0 damage for that save, by the way. Perfectly timed roll.
Hezrod, I can't hear you. You gotta say it louder. Okay.
That's not my purse!
I don't know you!
Okay, so we're gonna start popping off Eldritch Blasts. 23
Snap.
hit.
First one hits, second one kind of just misses widely. Give me the damage.
Okay, and I gotta roll my hex damage.
Yep, also yes.
That'll be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's actually something important I forgot to mention. It may not matter to you, Kel, but again, for immersion, when Malika cast the hex, which was a while ago, you would have seen what appeared to be like a effigy of an angel, but the wings were ripped off and kind of floating near it instead.
Oh, like skeletal wings? Oh, no, wings, but they're like near it.
Yeah, and they were like detached.
Okay.
Correct. And as it appeared, it kind of created a red X above it and then disappeared. And then when the strike hits, you see it appear again and kind of strike down with that red X, dealing this kind of like weird necrotic energy damage.
Metal.
Very metal. The most metal. The patron is made out of metal. But yeah, it takes a shit ton of damage, and that's it for you, Malika? Yes?
No.
Okay.
Now. End of turn.
Okay. Move and done. All right. Before Avran begins, it will take its its last legendary action. I'm gonna tail slap this fucking fish.
Stop!
Hezrod, a 14 misses, right?
Yes.
Okay. You kind of drop back behind the Atavian shield. It kind of, and you can hear like this meaty kind of thunk as it kind of bounces off of the shield. Avran, go ahead.
Alright. So we're gonna try something that I haven't done yet.
Okay.
We're gonna cast Fateful End. It's brought to you by Gathering Magic by John Dupree.
Gathering Magic Mystic archives located on the DM's Guild for sale. I'm a whore.
Buy it!
Oh,
It's worth it!
Good shit.
Sorry. The nerd.
I just saw your question, John. Sorry. Yes, it does.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And you can, because you have extra attack, you can use your secondary attack to make it attack with its second attack.
Neat.
Since you can only shoot once, well, actually you can shoot as many times as you want because reload. You kind of drop back into the swordsman stance and you kind of throw it forward. You see it kind of whirl to the side just a little bit, and the sword kind of hits with a loud ka-thunk on the stone. And you remember during training, like you and Bafedo, like doing this exact same maneuver and you missing several times. And as you kind of bring the blade back up into the stance, you're kind of like annoyed because It was
I switch stances?
it's a bonus action.
Okay, so then yeah, I will switch to punishing stance.
As you see him kind of like stop after that attack, you see him drop the sword down into kind of like a low position and kind of seems like he's using it to kind of guard himself with the blade at this point. After I'm done, Kel, you are up.
All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna. Would I have to like kind of ready my bag of tricks?
Yeah. Well, it's a.
Okay.
You have one free item interaction per turn. You're holding the rifle in two hands, but if you're just like holding it off to the side, you can pull the bag out and kind of like shuffle it and throw something out. If that's what you want to do. But
would that take one of my shots?
No, it would take your entire turn. Your action would be throwing the bag out.
Okay.
If you want to
shoot twice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot twice. I'm gonna say cover your ears. Then shoot twice.
Alvin.
You want me to do them rapid fire?
Yeah, go ahead with the second one. Hold on a second here. 12 plus 3 plus 1 plus 3. And the plus 2 is the magic bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, the plus 2 is the archery bonus. Okay, I know.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Hit. Give me the damage.
Hit. Boom. Big hit.
Ooh, solid shit.
Big hit.
Okay, so you kind of drop into a position for a second, and you realize your position's not as hardy as you could be. You roll back over the little dais, like weird box that you were like thrown on top of, drop down to kind of a low position and lock onto it, like getting a nice firing position. And you take the shots. Tell me how you hit it.
It's looking at his rod, right?
Yeah.
I'd say both point blank back of the head.
All right. So Hezrod, as you're kind of looking at it and kind of getting into that, oh yeah, we're going to tangle. You watch as the first bullet comes out through the side of its face, a number of its teeth kind of spiral out towards you, and then you see the next one kind of come out through the middle of its head, and the skull kind of shape of it kind of fractures open into this strange kind of weird blossom as it kind of falls to the ground. Its head just blown out in the front.
Nice.
Ha! As the dragon like collapses to the ground, Hezrod kind of looks past it at the other merfolk and he says, was that you?
Sure was.
Nice job, yes. And then he kicks the dragon in the face, and then he starts picking up the teeth that got shot out of its mouth.
Fair enough. Malika, as the ringing kind of like, kind of stops, it's kind of like a mop kind of moment, like you can finally feel yourself hearing the world like it's supposed to be. And as the kind of din of the dragon falling to the ground drops, the two merfolk seem to kind of be congratulatory towards one another. I'm gonna start with you, Zizo. What would you like to do immediately in the aftermath of the dragon fight?
I can't. Y'all gotta speak up. What? Since when did we get another merfolk?
Well, I was here.
Malika's eyes would turn to the coin, and kind of being.
Now,
I think. Nope. Me?
Yeah, I'm saying for you. It is a massive pile of coin. I was just grabbing a book. Sorry. It's a massive pile of coin. It does look like there's other treasure kind of assorted through the pile, but the main thing that stands out to you is the massive black sword that's kind of impaled in the treasure at the top of the mound. That make sense?
Oh my. I think we found our artifact that we were searching for.
All right. So you're going to check out the coin, right?
Yeah, and the sword and the coin.
Are you reaching for anything in specific at the onset?
Or
just searching the pile?
I'm scared that I'm going to touch something cursed, so I'm kind of just looking.
Okay, if you're just looking, I need you to roll me 3 D100s. And then moving on to from Jijo, we're gonna go from right to left. I kind of want the fish to end last, so apologies there.
Which
Brian,
fish?
both.
Which fish?
I think there's going to be kind of like a conversation between the two at that. But
Like maybe. Sorry.
it'll be the most roleplay intensive part, I think, is
Right.
the discussion
Would
there.
it be a
So
merfolk or common?
I don't know. Depends on how they want to do it. But I do
Yeah.
want to cut to Brian. Immediately after the conflict, Alton is kind of seeing Malika looking at the pile, but not reaching out and touching anything. Is Alton any different? Or are you going to go reach in and grab anything?
No, I'm just gonna kind of sit back and kind of look at stuff.
Okay.
I may be a greedy thief, assassin dude.
Give me
but
2 D100 rolls.
I know what's up.
And if you'd like, since you're doing it perceptively and you are a thief, I will allow you either a perception or investigation check, your choice, to determine if there's anything ill towards about this pile.
Perception or
At this point, Averon only knows that Fiona has magical eyes. I
Speak-
think he would defer to her judgment for.
Yeah, swearing's fucking okay, John. Sorry.
Thanks.
We're an adult. Sorry. That said, Josie, you'd be next.
so I rolled a 19 on that.
Cool.
perception check. Okay.
I'll get you here in a second.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the first thing Fionn's do is try the door again. Is
Okay.
it locked?
You kind of like move towards it. It's not a door again. It's the portal way with a solid stone kind of surface. You speak the word Sifford to it. It does nothing. The door seems to be bound. And you're kind of thinking about it. And you do remember hearing something kind of in the shadow spoken in Draconic, but you can't exactly recall what it was because your intelligence is not the best right now. But you remember there being something that the dragon spoke. And you're pretty sure perceptive-wise, like, it locked you in here.
Yeah. I think. I mean, she speaks Draconic, so I think she would immediately try Seymour and say, Seymour, are you still there? Did you leave me?
Hello, hi, yes, I'm still here.
She looks really like rattled. I think the dragon locked us in. Is he trying to kill us?
Yeah, that seems to be the case, based on everything that's happened after the fact. How can I help you?
She just nods her head.
Well, you see, I think it said something to lock the door, and
Oh,
I know it was in Draconic, but I don't quite remember how to speak that.
unfortunately, my perceptive nature is based on your perceptive faculties, and I didn't hear what it said either.
She just nods her head.
Well, all right. Well, thank you anyway. Do you think there's a back door?
I believe you have the passwords to get deeper into the crypt. Good luck.
She just looks completely rattled, but turns back towards the group.
Would you like to answer a survey?
Yeah. So for the new player, just so everyone knows,
No.
that was completely in her head.
Yeah.
Oh, unless
Yeah.
okay.
She's over there talking to herself. You're
Yeah.
not really paying attention to it.
Okay, I was gonna say what I noticed.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be like, again, Hezron is probably like, and Avran are probably the literal focus of your attention, depending on what Avran does. And speaking of Avran, Jonah, what is Avran doing immediately in the aftermath of the conflict?
Okay, so first, we're going to heal ourselves.
Okay, so that's actually enough time there durationally. So you're gonna basically, you see Avran kind of licking his wounds. He's kind of casting spells, using lay on hands, performance
Oh, we're
enhancing,
going to use the potion.
potion drinking. Then yeah, that's what you see.
Because I have had this potion since day one, and I've never used it.
So that's what you would see from Avran. And then moving on to Chad, immediately after the conflict, you did say something towards Kelv. You kind of had like a buddy moment there for a second. What would you like to do immediately in the aftermath?
He's he's I'm assuming Kel's like walking over towards him.
No, I think Kel's holding his position, right?
Well, I would have started moving over because I did a yee
That's right.
sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't want to
so-
move out of turn. Essentially,
I do have one question. these dead bodies around. You did say Kel came here with other merfolk. Are these dead bodies other merfolk?
They are other merfolk.
Yeah. So basically, the first thing he would do is, he'd probably pick up the handful of teeth that kind of got blown out of the thing's mouth.
Yep.
He's probably going to add them to his necklace at
Okay.
some point in the future. But yeah, if Kel's moving towards him, he's not going to move closer. He's just
To be sure, like I think you're thinking of teeth and you're thinking of them in a kind of a minuscule scale. This is a huge dragon, so these are like, you know, like anywhere between 7 and 9 inches long.
So a couple of them might go on the necklace.
Yeah.
But he'll hold
It's
on
big.
to him
It's
anyway.
big necklace.
It's a big necklace.
Well, it's covered in a lot of teeth. I'm not sure how familiar Kel is with Sahagins, but he'd probably recognize them.
So yeah, you see that's Sahagan or Sahuagin, however you want to pronounce it. There are teeth on the necklace, but I do want to make sure that since Hezron is kind of like the first optic, Chad, do a quick description of your character, and I'll go ahead and throw up the Tremendous Persona. Hold on.
Hezron is big. He's wide and strapping. Probably the first thing you'd notice would be his size. The second thing you'd notice would be that he looks kind of disheveled for a merfolk.
Okay.
And he's covered in scars. Like everywhere you look is like some scar.
The main scar you'll note appears to be a branching scar that seems to go across like the core of him.
Yeah, another one that stands out is like one that's almost like a perfect circle in his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Those would probably be the most significant, but the rest of them look like it's just scars on scars on scars. And when he like cast that first spell to like open up the attack, the first thing he cast, it was accompanied by like a fresh wound that just like ripped open on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, he picks up the teeth, he kind of puts them in his pocket, and then he reaches down and he pulls a healing potion off of his belt while he's like looking around and kind of identifying the dead merfolk, and drinks a healing potion, and then he just like tosses the empty vial aside and then says to Kel in merfolk, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, but I mean, about as all right as I'm gonna be. Personally,
He takes another healing potion off of his belt and kind of offers it to Kel. He says, "Do you need this?"
Looks at belt, pats stuff on his belt.
So
I don't remember if I have any.
You don't. You've already actually. The reason why you have hit points is because the snake forced them down your throat. You actually notice as you're kind of talking to him, this serpent kind of fly up and kind of perch itself on Kel's shoulder and arm. It appears to be a snake with wings. It has kind of like an almost like a grass snake coloration to it, but Hezron is smart enough to understand that it's probably venomous.
Yeah. Like, Hezron kind of looks at it for a moment, like he's never seen something like that before, and he's curious about it, but it is hardly the weirdest thing he's ever seen.
Yeah, I'll be like, I mean, if you're offering, I'll definitely take it.
Yes, we can always make more. And
yeah,
while
definitely.
he's, like, talking with Kel, he hands him the healing potion, and then his spiritual weapon, Shark, kind of drifts over to him and is sort of just like circling above him.
Iron Stone Edge,
yeah. That's a neat trick, fella.
Ah, yes. A good friend comes in handy.
Yeah, well, shit. Then I kind of want to. I'm gonna walk kind of over towards this corpse and then be like, "Oh goddamn!"
Yeah.
It was too soon for you, fella.
You see, Ezra's gonna walk with him, and he kind of gestures to the corpse on the floor, and he says, "Were they friends of yours?"
Hey, it's my brother.
I'm
one of many, but
you would see that the
brother
merfolk laying on the ground is wearing kind of a very ornate-looking plate armor. In one hand, there's a trident, and the other arm kind of seems to have a shield kind of locked to it. But it looks like the top portion, like around the neck area, has been kind of bitten off, and a good portion of like the chest area has been removed by force, like stretched and pulled away. Kel, one of the last moments that you saw as you were kind of losing consciousness was the bite and pull of that top portion. It looks like a lot of the meat of the chest area of this merfolk has been consumed.
Well, used to be a good story for father. Well,
I have also lost family and friends.
as we do.
I would say for you...
It's...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, very good.
I was going to say, for you, Hezrod, you would know that the plate armor is useless. It looks like it has been obliterated.
Mangled.
Yeah. You could probably, if you wanted to try and salvage it, you could take it and get it repaired. But the trident looks like it's probably in decent condition. Shield also looks like it's in decent condition. These items look like they are functional. And they also look like they're ornate.
Well, I mean, I have a pretty good shield and I have a functional trident, so don't really need those.
Okay.
I think the family might want the trident. I'll kind of like kick the corpse a little bit. But you bastard. When die.
As you're... Go ahead.
I'll just say, well, I'll look back over at this corpse down here.
Okay.
This corpse up here.
Yeah, so those would be Mihil is on the south side, and Zaitso is on the north side. Zaitso didn't really have anything special. Very druidic, very kind of to nature. But Mihil had a really nice dagger that was actually made out of kind of a broken tusk from a...
Narwhal?
Yeah. No. From an elephant. And it looked like it was kind of carved in such a way that it had kind of a pronged blade. It's still technically a dagger, but you know that the shaman of the Riverfolk tribe had imbued essence on it, which is a term for merfolk that means that it's magical.
Well,
all his friends?
some. Just a couple of people from the tribe. More worried about my dear old brother here.
And Cal, since you real quick, since you know these people and you travel with them, you would understand what their items do. The trident is very precise, which you would know out of character would be kind of like a +2 equivalent. It's a +2 trident. The shield is a sentinel shield because he was a very perceptive and kind of vanguard individual for the group. And then the dagger is a +1 returning dagger. So it can be thrown and it will return back to the hand after the attack is finished.
If that's a +2 trident,
it is a +2 trident.
Interested.
Well, I mean, I'd say, you can definitely borrow it. I mean, if we're stuck here. I'll look at the door. Like, definitely borrow it.
So if he's checking out the other bodies, Hezrod's gonna sort of, I guess, like, kind of move the corpses all to the side here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should gather them into a little.
Yeah, he'll fold their arms over their chests.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna
respectfully
cut back to Malika Alton. So looking at your dice rolls, I did go ahead and check to see what that heals. So the treasure in question looks like there's a lot of gold coin, a lot of silver coin, a lot of copper coin, right? But the main things that you kind of spot, of course, the sword, right? Absolutely the sword. You see what appears to be a bottle with a kind of strange colored substance. You see what looks like a bag that has kind of markings on it that seem to be kind of arcane, draconic in nature. You would see a set of armor. It appears to be very shiny, which Alton you would recognize as mithril. You would see also a rod that has some strange arcane patternings on it and kind of artifice that appears to have kind of like a device locking. And then lastly, you would see what appears to be a potion bottle that appears to have a thumb inside of it, like a severed thumb, like resting inside of it, or possibly a big toe.
So with that mithril armor, was it small, big?
It's large.
Okay.
It does appear to. You would kind of have an idea of mithril armor, as most of the brigands and the mardigans wear mithril. Mithril armor, the magical is very flexible and light, and can basically be kind of modulated to fit whoever's wearing it. The benefit of mithril armor is it's technically medium. This specific armor, mithril scale armor. So you could wear, mithril breastplate. So you could wear it under normal clothes and it wouldn't be detectable. A lot of Mardigan brigands will wear mithril chain shirt or mithril breastplate, and it'll basically be able to walk around town, be heavily armored, but not detectable. And this is a suit of mithril breastplate.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a bottle with a substance.
Yep.
We
And
have
a
a
finger
bag
or a
with
toe?
draconic writing.
Yep.
Oh, Fiona, I can't. I can't read this, honey. Can you read this for us, please?
She seems to be.
Uh,
She seems to be struggling at the door when you turn and look back at her. And it looks like she's a bit more panicky than you've seen her before. But that said, Fiona, how do you respond?
Yeah, she kind of like eyes very wide. She whips her head back towards her.
Of course. What do you need me to do?
well, there's all kind of interesting objects in this dragon's hoard, as could be expected, I suppose. This bag has draconic writing. I'm not too good with reading. Could you read it for us?
A strange kind of look crosses her face, but she nods and walks closer.
Okay.
Once she gets within reading distance, she kind of looks at the word and scrunches her face for a moment and tries to like say them aloud. But after a moment, she kind of just pauses and turns back to Malka.
I'm sorry. I can't really read either.
Oh, oh no. Oh, darling, you're supposed to be the brains of the operation.
When you
Oh,
say that, a
shit.
look of like extreme hurt crosses her face, but she doesn't say anything and she immediately tries to cover it.
Oh, right. Well, I'm very wise at the moment, I think.
Hello, Fiona. It is me, Seymour. I know that you can speak this language. Can you speak Draconic?
Yes.
Okay. He says, what you want to tell your friend Malika is that the word that appears to be present, translated into common, is disappearance.
She says
Disappearance.
out loud.
That's the word, I think.
Malika will take the bag and peek inside. Is it full of dust?
Full of dust.
Cool.
You slide the thongs back close, and you
Goes
put right in the bag.
right in her pocket.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be the new Elizabeth, so I'm taking notes. So
Well,
we've got
you got some.
the bottle with the substance, bag with dust, potion with the big toe. I kind of have an idea of what that might be. Malika is like kind of knowledgeable about potions a little bit.
If you'd like,
What do you think?
you can make an Arcana check. I'll allow you to do so.
Okay.
To try and factor what kind of situation we're looking at here.
Okay.
Also, don't forget we got that rod with the arcane inscription in it.
Child, I ain't forgot. I wrote it down. I'm trying to be Elizabeth.
15 is sufficient. Based on the amount of toe and the size of toe, you're pretty certain that this is a cloud giant's toe.
Shit.
Which means
Oh.
that this is a potion
Oh.
of cloud giant strength.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big strength.
That's rough.
Whoa.
Mm.
I did that.
Hmm.
Who relies the most on strength?
I mean, it'd probably be.
Hazrod or Avran?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
More Avran, really, actually.
Fiona will look at the rest of the items. Does she see the sword?
The
black
sword is the only thing that everything else is coin, and kind of gems. But again, gems kind of count as currency. But the sword is the only thing that I haven't that hasn't been referenced here. Oh, sorry. No, apologies. Roll a d100, Fiona.
Got you.
3, 2, 1.
I'm afraid to touch it because of Avran's ever-growing experience with traps.
Too little, too late.
What'd you get on the
Not
d100?
that much.
79.
79. You would see that the gemstones all kind of have like a similar look to them, but one of them keeps catching your eye, and as you kind of look over to it, you realize it's not a just typical gemstone. This one looks like it's been like something in your brain kind of like, even though your intelligence isn't currently like, you know, factoring, but your perception is. And you kind of realize that this appears to be some sort of differently cut stone, like it was cut intentionally to be this way. The specific one in question, bear with me here, is it appears to be a pink rhomboid.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Okay. She picks it up.
Okay.
Rhomboid. Sorry, how do I spell that? Rhomboid.
Rhomboid.
Awesome. Yeah, she kind of pockets it, smiles a little bit because it's pink and she likes that color, and then puts it in her bag.
Also a fan. Amelia goes, my wife's favorite color is pink.
As you should.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's everywhere in this house, so I really have no choice. I either like it or I hate it, and I love it.
Avran, come here.
Yes. Coming.
I know that being strong is real important to you, isn't it?
It isn't the most important thing, but it does come in handy.
Well, in a fight, I'd rather you be stronger than weaker. I have a potion for you that might come in handy.
Do you pull it out and show him?
Yeah.
Interesting. I have to adjust the toe or that thing?
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, you could.
But
Malika doesn't know, but she's going to say, of course, darling, you've got to eat the toe. Otherwise, it won't have any effect.
It's like the worm at the bottom of the tequila.
That's right.
Right.
Exactly.
I will accept this gift.
I've done that once.
Don't
Yeah.
forget, Avran. Don't forget who's looking out for you.
Gotta eat the toe.
But it was mezcal, I think it was. It wasn't
Mescal.
mezcal. Sorry, I'm bad at pronunciation. Thank you, Shido.
Oh yeah, mezcal.
Yeah, I had the worm at the bottom of the bottle of that. Fuck.
Well, point of clarification, tequila is actually a type of mezcal.
Oh.
FYI.
So
Okay.
You got a worm in that.
and that's for both types, like kind of like the clear or the kind of like less pure. Or I guess it's
Yeah.
like
Brown,
it's
yellow.
distilled, yeah.
Mezcal is any kind of liquor that's made from
Agave,
the woody part of agave. Right?
Agave, that's the word I was
And
looking for.
tequila is made in a particular region in a particular way. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway,
so it's like
enough of
champagne.
that.
It's like
Yes, it is.
that's
Exactly.
awesome. Good.
So,
Cloud Giant, right?
anybody taking this armor?
You said
Fiona looks
Cloud
around.
Giant shrink?
Armor? What?
And she kind of just notices the other bodies you said.
Sorry, which armor
yeah.
are you talking about?
I'm
Is
talking
it-
about the armor on the pile of gold. The
I'm
breastplate.
sorry.
Not armor.
Mithril breastplate.
Mithril breastplate.
I don't think it'll do anything to. Breastplate's heavy armor, right?
Breastplate is medium. Armor.
Medium.
I don't think it'll do anything to improve my AC.
Mithril is not so much about improving armor class, it's about setting kind of benefits that are normally dex based. So yeah, if you're capable of wearing mithril or capable of wearing medium armor, breastplate isn't bad. It's not a bad
Especially if
choice.
your Dex, use
Okay,
your
well,
Dex mod.
Malika doesn't give a fuck.
Malika doesn't
So
wear armor. She's a woman.
she's like, fuck armor.
She's a midwife. So
I'll grab.
And the rod with the device. What is that?
so you don't know.
Yeah, we got to get him identified.
Yeah. Fiona will like gingerly step over the dead bodies and kind of look around, all the while trying to see if she can see the sword.
Yeah, the sword is present in the center of the pile. Do you want to pick it up?
Oh, she'll immediately in her head go,
This is a good idea, right, Seymour?
"Can I roll a wisdom?"
He says, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hezrod watches her, like, sort of, like, inch closer to the sword. Like, he's very curious how this is going to play out, because he's never seen her pick up a weapon as long as he's known her.
Yeah, she's not really a fan of them. But she kind of she kind of extends her wrist. She just says in her head,
I think this is a good idea.
and then grabs it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You place your hands onto the hilt of the sword and lift. I need Avran, Malika, Alden, Fiona, and Kel. Actually, Kel, you just said in the chat you were moving over to the dagger, so then you wouldn't actually be present. So Fiona, Avran, Malika, and Alden to make dexterity saving throws. As you all hear a loud clicking sound as the sword is brought from the horde.
Can I cast Ephemerate on Malika?
Is Ephemerate a reaction?
Yes.
Then yes.
What does that do?
Well, what happens
Ephemerate.
is that Ephemerate?
Ephemerate, yeah.
Right. Okay, so you get teleported to a pocket dimension
Whoosh.
when this happens.
Malika's like, and I told you. Whoop.
All right, and you said Dex save?
Yep.
Everyone within, I think it was 10
Plus
feet.
4.
Yeah, they get +4 to their Dex saves.
Okay. Alton, you have a +4. And Josie, you were within 10 feet of Avran, so Fiona would have +4 as well. So 17 is your number.
Okay.
Avran, you do not have your bonus in there, or your bonus is already locked in?
It's already in there.
Okay, 15 sufficient. As the sword is pulled to bear, you kind of feel this kind of divine presence kind of lock out from Avran as Avran sees the situation unfolding before it happens in like kind of this divine kind of state. You see him kind of shift his hand to the side and whip Malika out of existence. And as he kind of jumps backwards and kind of slides across the dais, you watch as the floor drops out from underneath the sword and all the treasure that hasn't already been picked up. So all the gold
All the
and
coin,
coin
jewels and
falls
shit.
into blackness, as does the sword. As you're holding the sword, Fiona, its weight becomes a situation where if you're holding on to it, you will descend into darkness, and this is known. Do you relinquish the sword, or do you hold on to the hilt?
I hold on to the hilt, and if you will allow this, I will thunder step to safety.
No, I won't, because it's a reactionary. So you'll actually fall
Ow.
with the blade, and you disappear into darkness.
Okay.
All right. So everyone else watches Fiona disappear from vision. Hold on a second. A pitch black hole that seems to have received everything into it.
Malika pops back into existence and is like, 1, where's the gold? 2, where's the wizard?
Okay. Yeah, Hezrod, is this like magical darkness or is it just like dark darkness?
Do you inspect it?
Yeah. Hezrod immediately like walks up to the edge and looks down and goes, Fiona! Fiona, are you okay?
You hear your voice echoing down, but it seems like it's echoing down slightly. And John, go ahead.
Could I have my snake companion here? I'm going to actually type to move back up now that I see that someone's fallen. Could I have him go down?
Yeah. Okay. It disappears out of vision. It follows your command to follow descend down the hole. but it basically falls out of sight.
Okay, and I want it to go down. I'm gonna try to telepathically tell it go down as far as you can. Come back up after you.
Okay. Yeah, it disappears from sight.
Okay.
Hezrod is going to. Let me just double check real quick, make sure. Yeah, I have this. He pulls a little pebble out of his pocket, casts light on it,
Okay.
throws it in.
About 30 feet down, it disappears into shadow.
Don't see any Fiona.
No Fiona.
Okay.
Complete
Okay.
darkness. Pitch
I got
black.
this, guys.
Consuming shadow that locks onto the light and just absorbs it.
Okay, so so with my dancing lights, if I send them down after 30 feet,
Disappear.
they
So is it like the darkness absorbs the light, or is it like
It's
a
like the
threshold?
darkness spell.
Okay.
So the spells so far that have been mentioned, light and
Magic.
dancing lights, are not sufficient enough to breach that. So it's magical darkness.
Is there like a ledge? Not like a ledge, but like, is there like a thing where we could tie rope?
There's a bunch of pillars.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a dragon.
There's also a whole ass
Corpse.
dragon.
Yeah.
You just tie it to the grabbing corpse and just rappel down.
We'll tie. Yeah, I'll tie the hempen rope to the dragon corpse
Okay.
and start rappelling down.
Okay.
While I'm going down, I'm just gonna be shouting, Fiona!
All right.
Yeah.
After about
As that happens, I'll kind
as
of
he starts
look at the
going down-
others.
As he starts going down, Hezrod's like, Avran, if you run into trouble, scream for help.
After
Hi.
about 30 feet, you'll disappear from light. But since there was kind of like a gap in between and there would have taken some time to tie ropes, I'm going to switch to Josie alone, Josie only at this point. Okay.
Little wizard.
How's it going, Josie? It's been a while since we've done one of these, huh?
Yeah.
How's it going? So you fall, and you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. As you slam into what feels like bone, you can hear it break underneath you, and you kind of skitter in between what feels like a spinal column and a pile of spinal columns.
Sorry, was that 18 or 16?
18.
Got you.
As you kind of hit in this strange nonce, you can see that you're in a very open chamber. And if you've ever been to the dentist and they've done like drilling or grinding on your tooth, and you can smell like the smell of like your bone being kind of dustified into the air, this entire space has that same scent. You can see that there seems to be an altar directly out away from you, like a flat platform. And there are two staircases, one that ascends upwards in a clockwise fashion, and one that ascends upwards in a slightly different clockwise fashion.
Sorry to interrupt, but Fiona, you have a bag of holding, correct?
I don't know if it's on me or if it was with someone else. Looking through my
I
inventory.
thought you picked it up from that magic purveyor.
That was the spell to create it. Like that was the recipe to create a bag of holding, but it wasn't an actual bag of holding.
Because this might be too much treasure for us to lug back.
Does someone else might have it? I don't know. I don't have one though.
What you don't see is the gold coins or treasure that you fell down with. Or
One
the
above the sword in my hand.
Or
Okay.
the sword.
No.
Immediately, the fact that it's not in my hand is like alarming because I felt it a moment before.
Yeah.
Just to double.
Bish, your perception is super high right now. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
Did she
Okay.
hear Hezrod screaming?
Yeah, for a second, but then it disappeared.
Oh, I don't like where this is
No.
going.
Perception. Where are you at?
You have advantage for this roll, by the way.
Oh.
Normal rope.
For some reason, my
Does a normal rope transcend dimensional hopping?
what is this? Sorry, this is.
You can try and find out.
Let me +4.
It's not terribly good, but I will say with a 10, it's sufficient. Whatever you were grappling a hold of wasn't physical, it was magical. I'll leave it at that.
Well,
That's all I can
there's
give
all
you.
this illusion. It was never really real. Unfortunate. She'll then extend her to see Marshall go,
Oh, you didn't see that sword, did you? That was all
You-
just magic.
You hear a voice. You should be wary. eyes are watching you.
Oh god. She immediately looks upward.
You would see that there's apparently just darkness above you, but in the center of this chamber, it may have just started recently. There appears to be this small dot of kind of blackness kind of falling, and it seems to be kind of dripping in a very like rhythm-like beat. This like black like liquid seems to be dropping from high above you and slamming down onto this platform. It's kind of making a very loud kind of sound as it's hitting in the center. Who was descending down after?
I think it was Avran first that went down.
Okay.
I jumped into the hole.
Alton.
And Alton.
Okay.
And,
Jesus.
Hezrod dropped a thing with light, a light pebble.
Yeah, the magic was dissipated. And if it was not a kind of tangible thing, it didn't manifest through. That said, hold on. A couple of things I need to get point of order here. Alton, you jump through, and Avran, you descend through on rope that was tied to the dragon. So the dragon situation, that would take some time. Alton is kind of watching you do that, and then jumps off and in. Alton, make a dexterity saving throw.
Does he get the bonus from Avran?
No.
Jesus.
My dex throws are sucking.
What'd you get?
13.
13.
Do me a favor and roll D100.
Jesus Christ.
Do me a favor and roll stats.
Got a 62.
62? Okay. Fiona, as you're kind of like crouching there, not sure what to do, and you're kind of like wary, you hear a ah! And it kind of hits the bone next to you. Alton, you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall prone next to Fiona, and I'll pull you onto the map.
Does he land on a funny bone?
You should be able to see the map now, yeah, right? Okay. So you hit next to her, and you can see that the dropping kind of is hitting. You can hear it. And as you've been watching it, Fiona, and in this short amount of time, you can see that there appears to be a puddle kind of forming in the center of this altar ahead of you. And you'd also notice that it's also starting to kind of rise up a little bit.
Okay, well, she's not fucking around. She's running over the staircase, dashing actually. But she can cast detect magic at will. So in her mad dash, she will try to look at the sludge with detect magic.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I fudging knew it. Unfortunate. Get rid of the
I'm
spell.
blind!
My eyes.
Unfortunate.
You know
I mean,
the drill.
It's basically
Yeah.
a gimmick at this point.
Yeah.
So
You're
apparently,
really-
Sifford's Crypt has basically formed of a similar magic to the Meridian Secret Wells. As you kind of cast detect magic, you feel like this blinding sense kind of emanate through your head, and you kind of stop. I would say right about here, but I'm going to give you a percentile roll. Roll percentile, but before you roll it, I want you to tell me whether you want high or low.
Oh. High?
Okay, now roll the dice.
Roll what? D100?
D100, yeah, percentile.
Come on, baby, you got this! Ooh,
Yikes.
don't got this.
So
Don't got this.
as you, Alton, you kind of hit the ground and kind of like pulling yourself off the ground. You see Fiona kind of rush forward. She seems to be casting a spell, and she kind of throws it out. And as she does so, you see her kind of like grab her head in agony and kind of trip forward past this strange line of stones. As she does so, you start seeing the drip become like a steady kind of drainage of liquid into the center, and the pile of liquid seems to be kind of forming up to about halfling height.
I would love to immediately step out of the circle, if I may.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You kind of pop away from it as you kind of become more cognizant of your state, dropping the detect magic. Meanwhile, back upstairs, tying the rope to the dragon, throwing the rope down. Avran, you're getting ready to descend down. Cal, Malika, Hezrod, what are you three doing?
I was gonna say. You can go.
Go ahead.
Oh, Hezrod's just gonna kind of mind the rope, and make sure it doesn't do anything weird.
Of course.
Like if it loses tension, like Avran's suddenly not on the other end, then he'll do something. But
Got
for
it.
now, he's basically just assisting Avran and going down.
John, what were you gonna say with Cal?
I was gonna literally just jump down and try to grab onto the rope as I'm falling.
Okay. And Malika?
Malika was trying to pawn off some of these healing potions, but now she's just gonna kind of squat by the edge.
Yeah. Okay. So Cal, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, or actually no, make an acrobatics check. What I want.
I live for these.
What we get? Okay, 23. All right. Well, for skill checks, it doesn't really matter. But the rope kind of descends down, and Avran's getting ready to climb down. You kind of jump out, grab a hold of the rope, and slide down and head down into the hole. The second you breach the darkness, the rope disappears from your hand. But what you're able to realize is it's not because there's a rope being cut off. It's because the space in between Shadow and whatever's next is wider than the rope would allow for. As the rope leaves your hand and you continue descending down, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
What'd you get?
9.
Hey, buddy.
Alton, roll a T100.
Ah!
A 67.
Okay. So you do not smash into Alton, you kind of land near where he's located.
What?
And you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and are prone.
Usually I'm so much better at that.
Laying in the dirt. And again, as I explained, it smells like bone powder in here. It's, if you've ever, again, I'm pretty sure it's a common experience. Yeah. It smells like if you've ever been to the dentist and they've done work on your teeth, like drilling, like you can smell that smell. That's the smell that you're getting.
So I want to go, who the heck are you? I haven't met you yet. Like, I look at this guy that just fell. I'm like,
Oh, hey.
What are you?
Well, I'm much like your friend up there. I'm the one who blew the brains out of there up there, dragon there.
I saw that, then I jumped into the and that was it. And now you fell. So, okay, cool.
What you see,
I guess I'm here to help.
as you're kind of getting up, is Fiona's kind of stepping out of the strange stone block. Alton's kind of like getting into his own kind of position, but you're still prone. But you can see this strange kind of like tether of liquid coming from the ceiling in the center of this massive chamber. And as you see it kind of forming, Fiona, and you're kind of regaining your sight and look over that direction, you start seeing the liquid start breaking open at certain parts. Like it's kind of like creating kind of orifices. And these orifices seem to have eyes inside of them.
I don't like that word.
Dozens of them. You then see another orifice open up and a tongue kind of slathers out. And two massive things kind of jut out of the shoulders, and teeth start to kind of sprawl out of the liquid, forming these very kind of like lamprey-esque mouths.
Proboscis here, is there?
There is no proboscis.
Good.
Fucking
I'm glad. I'm glad.
At what point I'm allowed to move? Whenever you allow it, she's gonna dash again. Just
Okay.
whenever.
Go
whenever
ahead
she
and and move double your movement.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try
That's
to
not the one.
move away from the
Did I get up?
So you'll be able to be standing, but you are not ready for fighting.
Fair. Okay.
Is it double movement on the stairs?
It is double movement for the stairs, yeah.
Okay, so I have. Let me see. That took me 40. I have another 20 movement, so I can move 10 feet up the stairs. Haha.
This is what the creature starts to look like as it starts to kind of fill out.
Oh, fuck.
Sexy.
It starts to
What?
breach open into mouths and eyes and teeth, and it's
That looks like a fiend to me.
This
absolutely,
is the ideal form.
There it is.
absolutely hideous.
Oh, aberrations, not monstrosities. Damn it.
The eyes don't seem to be looking at anyone specifically, but at the same time, they all seem to be looking at you if you're in this room specifically.
What the fuck?
Specifically.
What have you
So he's
drawn?
wall-eyed a little bit, huh?
Some of the tongues actually breach off and collect some of the matter, and they form hands with claws, and this mass of just ichor and meat like just forms into this horrific thing. That said, this is where we're going to start. I'm going to put an initiative table out. I need Kel, Alton, and Fiona to make initiative rolls.
Well, I need my snake feller down here.
Oh, right.
Gotcha.
Can I do this? Yep, that
I
works.
imagine my shark would probably be gone by now.
Yeah,
A minute. It's true.
I'd say so.
Oh, neat. He's got a character sheet. Oh,
Hey, I rolled
right,
an
the
18.
thing we're doing.
Rolled 20,
So-
acting up for me.
No worries.
How,
Hold on, I need to switch the music.
so Hezrod kind of looks at Malika while they're sitting up here, and he, like after a while, looks over at Malika and he says, "How long are we going to wait?"
I
Well-
need. I'm sorry. I need Alton and Cal to roll initiative.
I did.
rolled an 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled a 12.
It didn't
Rolled
tr-
a 20.
you. So for the two of you, you need to select
Oh,
your
God damn it.
tokens. Yeah.
Nobody's tracked.
Oh, I did it as flying snake.
Oh, we're on a different map.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Yeah. Sorry.
And yeah, you folks are on a different map, so you're not rolling initiative. You're not actually in a combat right now. You don't know there's a fight happening.
Yeah.
Do we hear any like
No.
No. Sound does not carry through because you're actually moving through portal space.
Yeah.
Fucking-
All
I
right.
mean sorry.
It goes first. Bear with
Yeah,
me
they're
for a second.
probably on their own. Like, we're probably going to be out here until the combat's over.
Or dead.
Sorry, my computer's being really
right.
difficult right now.
Everyone's coming to help you.
Oh yeah,
Make
you're
things
still.
I'm on
Yeah,
the
you
rope.
still haven't even arrived down there yet.
Yeah, no, everyone's still on the rope.
Correct.
Slowly but surely coming down.
My computer's being difficult. Sorry, bear with me here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
figured he would have been like the first one through the.
Okay. So, for the initiation, you see that the center mouth kind of opens up, and you can see that, like, inside of the mouth, there's this eye kind of breaching out of the esophagus and kind of staring at Alton and Kel. A massive eye. As it does so, you kind of feel a strange limiter, like a block on you. It feels like all the magic presence around you is just kind of failing away. If you have any benefits from magic items or auras or effects, they are gone. As it's doing that, one of the massive tendril things, like mouths, kind of juts out and points towards Fiona. And as it does so, you see this kind of beam of energy kind of emanate out of it and start slamming towards her up on the steps. Fiona, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. It's your best check.
Do I get advantage?
No advantage.
Just trying to remember what all of my stuff does.
Super high anyways. You see this beam of kind of pinkish purple energy fire out of the mouth, and it kind of mystifies at the end of it as it kind of slams into you and kind of like creates this cloud around you, and you almost feel like the soporific kind of state enter into you, but you kind of yield yourself against it and kind of realize, interesting, like in your brain, like it was trying to put you to sleep, but you stopped it from doing so. That said, moving on to the next person, it would go to Fiona. Up the stairs some more, or?
Absolutely. Knowing that he was trying to put me to sleep is like kind of frightening. I think she might. Okay, he already sees her, like he's already attacking her, so she'll just yell at him.
Hey, is there any way to treat a server of Raynek? I just came here for the sword.
Is its reply.
Well, I see that you were not very nice.
And she runs. She's
Fuck that.
exactly.
Okay.
So 5 feet is 10 feet in the stair.
If you're dashing, you'll be able to get up to a rung where it's basically going to be invisible to you, and you'll be invisible to it. If your intent is to keep moving, it'll take 10 turns of absolute movement to get to the top of the steps.
So right as I'm about to hit that point where I become invisible, I will yell back at whoever the two who are still here. I will yell,
I don't think it can see us past the stairs. Hurry!
And then she will move the last movement she has and disappear.
Okay. Kel, you're up.
I'll agree with Alton. I'll say, yeah, we should probably get behind that wall over there. Yeah, I'm going this way. And then I'm going to just run right over here, 20 feet. And could I send him back up the hole, Mr. Flying Snake?
Yeah.
And I'll try to get him up there.
What's his fly speed?
60.
Okay. It'll take him 2 turns to get there.
Okay.
This is being
and he's going to be looking for Hezrod and both of them.
Avran, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that'll happen on its initiative, but you still have your turn, so it's not your action to make it do that. You can still use your action to shoot if you'd like.
Yes, I'd like to shoot twice.
Okay. Slam back into the bone. As you kind of hit it, it kind of jostles beneath you, or jostles beneath your weight. You would notice that the bone appears to be mainly compiled of bits of humanoid material, but it also looks like larger creatures were kind of placed here as well. Like large rib cages seem to encase this wall of bone.
Wonderful.
Take your shots.
Alrighty.
I'll
kind of do that.
The weapon is currently not magical.
Okay.
Crit's gonna work.
Damn, right off the bat.
12 is gonna miss, though. Go ahead and give that damage.
I figured.
Wait, no, it's 14.
Okay. For flavor, I will say that you hit it directly in the eye socket.
Nice.
24 damage. As it kind of hits that strange eye, the thing shudders. It doesn't release any kind of sound or like agony, but you can see that it's kind of quaking, and the mouth shuts, and it seems to kind of bite the front of the eye off. And as it kind of does, you can see like this weird kind of blood-like matter kind of emit out of it as it kind of seeps back into itself.
So eat that.
All right, and then the snake goes up, and then it goes to Alton.
So I'm going up. Yeah, I'm unmuted. I'm going to.
No, you're good.
Run 25 feet.
Okay.
With my new friend, because I see him running over that way. Come on, token. And now I'm gonna dash around another 25 feet. 5. I gotta make the layering 10, 15. 20.
Bonus action dash?
Yes.
Okay, and do you want to dash again? Keep moving up the platform here. The wall is basically about 5 feet high, so it's a little too high for Alton to be able to kind of get over it and shoot. But I think that, anybody else, medium-sized creatures, could probably pop up over it, get a shot. Probably closer to 4 feet.
So the staircase over here, do I see that staircase or no?
Yeah, but you're underneath the staircase. The start of the staircase is actually here, which you would need to get to go up it.
So I can go this way.
You can go underneath it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I didn't know if I could jump up there or anything once I got enough.
You could try and jump on the bones and jump up onto the staircase, but it'd be a bit more difficult.
You said it's about 5 feet. I don't want to be anywhere near this thing.
Yeah.
I yell back to Kel, hey, I'm going to run forward again. I suggest you do the same.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be here too much longer.
Gotcha.
So I think that's 25 from where I was.
Perfect.
Or is that 20?
Yeah, it's 20. One more.
One more.
You're underneath the staircase, you're against the wall, and you're basically on your way out. Perfect. Okay. It goes to it. It will... Seeing the situation as it stands, its mouth kind of slams shut, and you can see the lips kind of close together and kind of become like wax melting and shut. And then directly above where that was at, you see like a branch kind of break open, and like this eye kind of like force itself out and kind of move in the direction of Kel. And as it hits you again, you can feel that wash of like the magical energies of your itemry kind of falling away. And as that happens, it kind of turns its attention towards you and starts moving in a weird kind of pattern around the way. And as it's moving, you notice too that it's like slithering in this kind of like bubbling kind of form. Its tentacles underneath start kind of like just generating like water moving across the ground. And it's absolutely sickening. It's the most viscous creature you've ever seen in your life. It's the best way to describe it. Okay, it goes to Fiona. Continue running up.
She will. She'll pause. Like she's doing the math in her head. They can't run. It took her a while to run to the staircase. It'll take them a while too. So she will retreat only so that she can just see again, like wherever that line is, so that she can see them. So is that 5 feet of movement probably?
Yep. And as you kind of enter into its space, you see that strange tentacle thing kind of open up. And as you're looking down the barrel of it, you see that in the back end of it, there's like an iris-like thing inside of where there would be like a back of the throat. And as you're looking at it, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Choices were made.
Hey, John, Hezrod asked if the calling stones work.
No, you're not in knock.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You feel like this wash of like terror kind of fill you because you're like, it's not going to be looking at me. There's no way it would be thinking. And then you see you're looking directly down the barrel of it. And you're like, oh no, shit. And then you're like, feel like this magical fear wash over you. And you're like stirring yourself against it. And you kind of realize that I can take it. But you realize it's aware of your presence too. It attempted to try and fear you. You succeeded. You can continue with your turn as you please.
Got you. Well, let's hit it where it hurts, I hope. She's going to chill touch it because it's 120-foot range. So she can do it from the staircase, I'm guessing.
Okay.
If a 17 hits, don't know.
17 does not hit.
Sad. As it kind of grasps for it, but clearly like she's off. Let me think about this. It already sees her, and she knows that she's too wise for this thing. So I think she'll stay where she is, but she'll yell out to the others to like run. Like she's gonna try to wave her arms and distract this thing as much as possible, if that makes sense.
Okay. In response to that, in between Fiona and Kel, You watch this thing spin like someone grabbed the top of like a chocolate fountain and like turned it really fast, and like liquid just starts flying off to the sides. As it's happening, that weird big eye that was focused on Kel kind of shifts to Fiona, and as it hits you,
I lose my wisdom.
your wisdom's
Completely lose my
gone.
wisdom.
Your wisdom's gone.
Jeez.
And
Yeah, it is.
you also feel this kind of like draining factor as you hear Seymour go, "I am so sorry."
Poor Seymour.
As he just kind of shits out of existence for a second. You are in an anti-magic field.
Interesting. Did the other guy get it back or no?
Kel's back, back on docket. Speaking of, Kel, you're up.
Alrighty. So the thing here is focused on
Fiona.
her.
So you have your magic.
I'm gonna come back a little bit. I used all 5 of my shots, so I have to reload.
Real quick, chat, gain inspiration.
I already have it, so I'll just
Give it to John.
whoever does it.
Give it to John.
Yeah, John, if you don't have inspiration, go ahead and get it.
Oh, also, if you make me laugh with like something really good, you get inspiration. So just
Sweet.
you know how the system works.
Sweet. So reloading.
It's an
I
action
have
to
to do
reload.
that. Okay, so I reload. 5 shots. I
Okay.
say, God, fuck, look at that thing.
Yep.
And then I'll have Snake go try to up to meet them.
Okay. Continues upwards. It will make it to the top. And Avran, as you're kind of moving through the darkness, you do feel a presence with you, but it's not like tangible. It's not something that you can understand or realize in this dark space as you're moving through it. That said, it goes to it, then Alton. Alton, you're last on the docket here.
So I'm going to continue to run.
Moving up the stairs.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's 15.
You can move
here.
75 feet, so you'll be able to get up to a place where it will not be able to see you.
Alright, so I'll go up here.
Make a perception roll for me.
Perception. Oh,
Really good. So you actually are able to realize that the spiral staircase doesn't seem to have any supports. And you realize that this is the case for the one across the way as well. You can't really see much of the one across the way, but the one that you're looking up at, you do realize about 60 feet up, it looks like it's broken entirely. So you cannot continue upward to wherever you want to go through this staircase. Whether or not that's true of the other staircase is yet to be determined.
So I yell out to Fiona saying, "Hey, the staircase is broken up top. I don't know about yours, so we may have to sit here and fight."
I mean, you see Fiona like locked eyes with this creature. Like she's just like in panic mode right now. She doesn't hear a fucking word you say.
I'm saying. I yelled it out. Maybe Kel heard me.
I would say because of the area, you do kind of hear it, but like you may not hear exactly what he's saying because there's like a massive amount of echo. It's a very wide open space. That said, after Alton, it goes down to the bottom. Avran, 1 second.
Yes.
You are Jonah. Jonah, you are being moved to this board.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is he still on the rope?
he is descending. The rope actually falls out from underneath you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Got you.
You're not going to land on me.
You're not going to land on anybody.
Can I land on the monster?
The snake is no longer present.
Does
Got an
the
18.
What'd you get?
does the rope
Got
go
a-
slack?
Hold on.
I got an 18.
18. You land fine. You don't seem to take much damage, but you land into kind of bow and you kind of hit it with like a pauldron and kind of drop down into the other pauldron, and you're able to kind of like spare yourself from any damage. Hezrod, the rope does go immediately slack with Hezrod.
Yeah, as soon
Fine.
as it does that, his like head snaps to the side and he looks at it and he says, "Well, that's not good."
You're jumping down?
My 3-point stance?
Hold on. Hezrod, are you jumping down?
Well, Malika and Hezrod kind of had a plan for doing this, so He's gonna move over to Malika,
Okay.
and he's gonna cast Gift of Orzhova on himself.
Okay, I'll allow for that, but that'll happen at the bottom of the initiative at the top. So we're gonna go cycle back through. Avran, go ahead and select your token, roll initiative.
Sure.
Sorry for this being the confusing, like, fight clusterfuck that it is. This wasn't the way you were supposed to do it. But it was obvious.
Supposed to fail?
Obviously, it was no, it was planned for. No, you weren't supposed to pick up the sword.
Oh,
John, this is exactly what happened last time.
It's fine. I mean, I have chat in my game. I should expect a certain level of "fuck it, I'll do it" like kind of attitude.
Yeah, and none of it's coming from me.
Avra, what's your dex modifier?
0.
0?
0.
Then it'll go first. Okay. As you kind of hit the ground near it, it kind of seems to be kind of looking in a different direction, but all the eyes on it kind of move and see you as well. Another just blossom of a kind of tentacle kind of sprouts out from what you would presume is a shoulder, and it kind of looks directly at you. And as it does so, it will then shoot 2 rays.
Oh no.
Actually, it's going to shoot 3 rays.
Oh no.
Fiona, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I thought all 3 were at Avram.
Avran, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and Kel, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Got 18 on my dex.
Fiona, as you kind of like are still looking at the barrel, the eye kind of shifts colors, and you see it kind of snap, and then you see a rune that you've seen before, and you're kind of like startled by it. It's a circle with 3 kind of blossoming spirals out from it, the Atma symbol, and as that symbol takes place in the center of the eye, this beam of enervation kind of shoots out towards you, slams you in the chest, and you take 45 points of force damage.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Dead or dying?
What?
I mean, like no hit points. So
What's your maximum hit point total?
you say 41 damage?
45.
Yeah, I have 42 hits, so I'm dead.
You're not dead. You're dying. If I do 90 damage to you, you're dead. I have to do a number of hit points beyond 0 equal to your maximum. So you're unconscious at what I would say would be right where you're at token wise. Okay, that works.
Okay.
What did you get on your dexterity saving throw, Avran? 18. Okay. You feel this kind of lock on you, and you feel like this kind of like strange like grasp lock onto you, onto your skin, and you kind of like Octavius, and it breaks from you as you kind of snap away from it. A moment of faith for you. You realize that it was trying to kind of bind your skin to stone. And then what did you get on your strength saving throw? Cal? John? Muted.
17.
Okay. You feel this kind of grasp kind of lock onto you, and you kind of nimbly kind of hold yourself, like steel yourself against it, and it kind of tries pulls you towards it, and you don't move. Okay. No way, dude. All right. Avran, you're up. You do hear the cry of agony from Fiona up on the stairs. And as you're kind of like fighting, you can see her. This room seems to be strangely lit. Avran, make a religion check for free.
Ooh, okay. Rolling. 18.
This room seems to be lit with ghost light. So you're familiar with this term from religious studies. Ghost light is basically an essence of souls that have not been allowed to carry on to the dead realm, to the spin of the Emirnian wheel. It's basically light that's left behind by souls that are left without a tangible way of continuing to an afterlife. This space seems to be filled with so much dead that the life that is present is filling this place with a essence of light.
Okay.
You can see Fiona up on the steps.
For my actual turn,
Mhm.
I don't know if this could actually work, but I have I don't know if it will count, but I have casted Omen of the Sun as a reaction.
What is the reaction type when you
It
are
says
hit?
when you're hit.
I
so
didn't
it
hit you
has
with
to
an
be like
attack. I didn't hit you with an attack. I attempted to make you make a dexterity saving, or make you make a saving throw. It's not an attack roll.
Gotcha. Alright, so my turn. Then I'm gonna here, Fiona. I don't think I see anyone else yet.
You can see everyone.
So-
The space is very well
I can
lit.
see- Okay. So, do I feel like if we defeat this creature, and the souls might be released?
Could be.
So Avram is going to just get ready with his great sword and do a battle cry and run in
Okay.
to go attack this creature.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure this is a lip right here, so he's gonna go around and then
As you pledge.
No. thing to the
You have
ting.
plenty of movement to get to it.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see. First, let me check if I have. You know what? For a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
Give myself that D4 damage. Sorry, I'm on my laptop.
No worries. I'm doing shit too.
Then I'm gonna make this a Great Weapon Master attack. Both of them.
Okay.
That misses. 23 minus 5. 18? Does the 18 hit?
It does.
Okay. I'm gonna drop a Divine Smite. We're gonna do We're gonna do second level.
Okay.
Wow. Waste.
Was
Okay.
that all ones?
Damn.
Yeah, it was a 2
Wow.
and 2 ones.
Damn.
Yeah, that's so depressing.
Can I get a
Um,
DM roll? A DM roll on this?
We're looking at 14 18 total.
Yeah, that's it. It's my
Okay.
turn.
And great.
Oh wait, it didn't add the plus 10.
Oh.
I didn't add the plus 10.
No, it
for the
did.
Great Weapon Master.
It did not. You're right.
Did not.
Okay.
Oh boom, extra damage, baby.
You
Alright,
rush
that's-
in.
That's a lot of ones.
You kind of bring the blade in for the first attack, and you watch as its form kind of splits in half, and like the blade kind of strikes out. Then you kind of bring the blade around and then sweep out with like a long kind of like open sweeping blade. It cuts into it, and you watch as teeth, tongues, and eyes kind of fly off of it, kind of splatters onto the ground. The most distressing kind of aspect of that is as those parts hit, they don't like dissipate or melt. They just stay there. Like there's just eyes and teeth and tongues laying on the ground, kind of writhing and being like dying on the ground. It's disgusting.
Okay.
Brand done.
Serious, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Fiona, death saving throw.
Oh, sorry, you want me to roll? Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean.
Okay, that is one failure.
Cool.
Oh no.
Kel.
Have you passed the
Oh.
start of initiative yet?
Sorry?
Have you passed the start of initiative yet?
No, I have not. I know.
Well, I can't see the initiative order.
Fair. 100%. I understand that you are basically going to be operating on the bottom of the initiative, and you said you were going to be performing Gift of Arizona. So I know that's the case. I'll let you know when it's up. But yeah, sorry, Cal, go ahead.
Actually, I'll start with Kel first. So I'll look over it all and I'll be like, we'll distract her, go get her. Then I'll kind of move up to 10 feet,
Okay.
and then I'll kind of knock my rifle and shoot twice.
Okay. And you're wanting the snake to move back down?
Yeah, if the snake is seen that they're going back down, because he was going to try to be like, go down, he'll go back down
I would say that it
with
would
them.
emerge from the appearance hole at this point. So if you want to drag and drop it back to this space, that'd be fine. But take your two
dude.
shots.
Yep, I will shoot. Once I get back to there we go. 1, 2. Look at that.
Solid crit. Go ahead and give me the damage. Both will
Man
hit.
of the
We be
hour.
fulminating.
Damn. Okay. 19, 30 total.
More like
Yep.
blam blam.
You lock into position, kind of like getting down, kind of like a kneeling position. Take the shot. The first one hits. You watch it kind of blow out and like cause the tendril to kind of snap off and hit the ground and start kind of writhing around on the ground. The one that shot up at Fiona. And then the second shot kind of hits it, kind of breaks off one of the arms that's attached to tongues. As that happens, all the eyes seem to kind of move to one side of it and all lock in on Kel. And then you see like tongue kind of erupt out of the sides of it, like in like a wing-like pattern. A wing of tongues.
And
Ugh.
since I only moved 10 feet, can I move again?
Yep.
Alrighty. We're gonna go right there.
Yep. Oh shit!
Yeah, and I'll peek around the corner. I'll say fucking wrong.
That was a smart move.
Crypt.
Alton, you
Crypt
are
flies. We hear.
up. Based on your last movement, you had gotten to a position where you were not visible. Are you descending back down to check out, or because there's no way up? You know that's the fact. You're muted if you're talking.
I knew that. I knew that. Dan. I knew that. I was testing you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I want to stealth my way. It probably won't do any help because this thing has eyeballs everywhere. And then let me roll that beautiful bean footage.
You don't roll stealth. It's not necessary.
Oh,
They are
good.
transfixed on me, I think.
Doesn't matter.
So-
It's blindside 120 feet.
Doesn't matter.
Awesome. I'm going to move 75 feet behind this little bone-looking thing.
You just start rushing, like bolting that way. Okay.
Yeah.
As you're kind of running across the altar, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Perception. Oh man, my fucking rolls have been shitty.
13 is actually perfect. As you're kind of making your way, you remember seeing it kind of dropping down because you were here for a while. You kind of do a quick, like, just one of these, like a head take, and then kind of move to that bone, that rib cage. You see that directly above you, there's a perfect circular hole that seems to kind of go up into a different space, about 100 feet above you.
Okay.
All right. Alton done. It goes to it. But actually, Hezron, make an initiative roll.
I'll be right back. I need to go to.
And Malika, make an initiative roll.
That's a 15.
Okay. What's your dexterity modifier, Hezron?
That's a +1.
You're
+1.
behind the creature. I ran. And Malika, you
11.
ran 11. Okay. Which, Alton has higher dex than Malika. That's perfect. We're right where we need to be. So it'll go to it. Its attention kind of shifts and its liquidy form kind of like coalesces into like a firm kind of brunt towards Avran. Since you're like the primary subject matter. Avran, I need you to make 3 saving throws. The first one is a Constitution saving throw. The second one is a Dexterity saving throw. And the last one is a Strength saving throw.
Alright, Con 9,
Okay.
X 17, and Strength 14.
As you kind of like maneuver, you kind of feel your body kind of lock up and you are paralyzed. You have the paralyzed condition. For the second initiative roll, you automatically fail the Dexterity saving throw. So you feel yourself like slowed as well. You are slowed for 1 minute. Your speed is halved. Additionally, you can only take you're paralyzed, so it doesn't matter actually. So don't worry about that.
That's okay.
And then lastly, it grabs you and lifts you up and throws you 30 feet. It's actually going to go to 20. It just kind of grabs you and slams you into the bone pile, at the end of which you take 18 points of piercing damage as you're smashed into the bone mass.
Got you.
And you are prone. Lastly, another condition that We're just going to
It
tack on there.
doesn't matter, okay?
All of the conditions. I want you to have
I'm
all
on
of
the ground.
Can we give him all of the conditions? Hezrod, you said you were casting Gift of Orzova. That was at the bottom of the initiative. That has happened. Now we're on the initiative that you're actually acting in. Gift of Orzova has been cast. Whatever happens after that is what you want to do. What do you want to do?
Okay, let me put that up real quick. And I believe,
You cast that on yourself or you cast it on Malika?
no, I cast it on myself. I'm going to be carrying Malika as we jump into the hole.
Got it. So then your action is grabbing Malika this turn, and then your actual movement will be flying downwards.
Right.
Okay, perfect. You enter into the darkness. The two of you are in black. You're in the space between. Sufficient? Avran.
Yeah, he's just going to keep moving downwards.
Yeah?
You are paralyzed, slowed, and bone-defied. At the end of your turn, you can make a saving throw against each of these effects, but
That's great.
your turn skips then to the end. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw against paralyzer. Success.
6.
And against slow.
Just slow. Con?
Dex. You are
3.
You kind of smash into the pile of bones, and then as you're kind of like trying to get up, you realize that you can. You're like, oh, that's pretty good.
I stand up, or am I just gonna lay
You're
here?
still technically prone, but I'd say for like flavor effect, you're kind of like getting up. You're in that stage of like, you've had the alarm clock ring.
It's like this. It's like I'm on the bone thing.
It's
I'm just
perfection.
My back.
Fiona, you're up. Josie?
Yeah, I got a 21.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I was checking our side chat. Death saving throw 21. Let me check something real quick. Because I think that might be sufficient. No, it's a natural 20 always. Okay. Yeah, one success.
Malika's like, this is actually pretty nice.
Okay, you are not dead. Hell, you're up.
Well, seeing as he's not coming back for me, I'll go back to my previous position.
Okay.
And
for flavor effect, as you kind of move back into that position, it doesn't seem to have any eyes in that direction. Like they're all kind of turned on the other side. You see mouths and tongues kind of flare open, and as they're doing so, you see eyes kind of sprout from atop of them, looking directly at you. All different color irises, all hideous.
Of course. Well, I'm going to shoot 2 more times.
And I believe that.
Why won't you die?
That'll leave you with 1 shot left in the cache, right?
Yes, I've been keeping track.
If he has 1 shot after, can he reload after taking a shot, or does it have to be a reload?
Reload's an action. He can shoot and snake bite though. Okay, 23.
I can shoot once and then snake bite once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the damage on both those. They both hit.
Fulminating.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Grampy'd be so proud.
16 and 8.
Is that, wait, what? Oh, right. Because of.
Yep.
Because of the nat 20.
2 solid shots, but what you'll notice is as you're kind of blam, you notice that as it kind of hits, there's like a strange kind of like orifice that's been kind of generated that's different than the mouth, the eyes, the nostrils, and things that have kind of been emanating before. This appears to just be a wound, like an actual flesh wound. And you notice that it's bleeding out this kind of strange black, but at the same time kind of like light gray fluid. And it seems
like an ichor or something?
Yeah, it's not an ichor. It definitely appears to be more liquid. Like, it seems to be more water-like. It's just the coloration is kind of gray-dark.
I think we're getting somewhere.
Out of character, typically when I reference this is something you may not be familiar with. I don't know if you played 4th edition, but what I'm describing as bloodied, meaning you've reduced it to half
Okay.
its hit points.
Okay.
Damn.
Alton.
Get somewhere.
So I'm going to use all my actions, run up to Fiona, and force her to drink one of my potions on my belt.
Okay, so let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You can get there, and you can use your action to force the potion. That's perfect.
Yes.
Because you're dashing as a bonus action, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So 2d4 plus 2. If it's a healing potion, just regular.
2d4 plus 2. Boom.
All right, 3 hit points back, Fiona. You're at 3 hit points total.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
5.
Yeah.
Get that right,
Yes, you get
sir.
5.
5, sir. 5.
I finished drinking. Yes, it's
Cool.
5. All right, solid turn. Alton, that was bonus action, action, and movement. Malika, you're up.
Where
are-
am I?
Being carried by Hezron, and you are in complete blackness. Again, however you want to act, your call. If there's any preliminary or pre-cog stuff you want to do.
Precog. Can I ready an action to blast a cantrip?
100%.
Okay.
Okay. It'll skip back down to the creature. The creature will, since it's engaged with Avran. Avran, I need a Dexterity saving throw, a Constitution saving throw, and a Wisdom saving throw.
Leave me alone. Okay, well, the Dex,
Mm-hmm.
5, and Con and Wisdom?
Con and then Wisdom.
16,
Okay.
15.
All right. You feel the very source of death, which you've encountered several times before, slam into you as the mouth kind of breaches open, like it's sideways. The teeth kind of rip open, and you see this blackness fire out from it and slam into you. You kind of still yourself against that. And then as that's happening, you feel the similar kind of paralyzing effect kind of grasp onto you. You still yourself against that as well. And then lastly, just fear of death and everything kind of overwhelms you. Are you immune to frightened?
Oh, I don't think so.
You are scared of this thing. Frightened. The fear ray works. And it lasts for a minute. At the end of each of your turns, you can repeat the wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It will, as a bonus action, bite you.
Hi.
Sorry, this is the first time I've been adjacent to somebody, really. 12 misses, right? So it kind of just
does.
it latches onto your armor, and like 100 mouths seem to kind of form out of nowhere and kind of bite at you. But I'm not talking about like dragon maws. I'm talking about like human mouths with like regular human teeth that are like biting at plate armor, and it's not working.
I just imagine after surviving that death shot, after surviving getting that slow, and then fearing what this death is, he's just like,
and just people are biting me. Fucking what? Hezron, you are the one that is up.
He's gonna keep moving downwards, just straight down.
If you move 30 feet, you will not breach the darkness. Do you wish to what's your speed with fly? 30? Is your base speed?
30.
Yeah. Do you want to dash?
Yeah, might as well.
Ready action is taken. Go ahead and take it, Malika. You see the creature as you form into the position.
Nice.
Let's see.
I mean, all right, I see the creature.
Malika.
Although I guess if using my action to dash will bring us out of the darkness and I can see the creature now, can I bonus action to drink a potion?
Do you have Rocket Drinker?
No, but I believe this potion.
If it requires a bonus action to take, then you can. You have a bonus action available to you. I'll allow that.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nope, sorry. It's an action to drink it, but it grants me a bonus action.
Fire breathing. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, Malika, go ahead and take your ready action. shit. Okay.
Ow.
14 will miss. Give me the agonizing on the first one.
Fuck yeah.
That'll be 11.
I don't see the damage roll.
10 plus.
It's at the bottom.
Hold on. I'm lagging.
I think you need to
There it is.
start roll 20.
No, I got it.
Okay.
It just took a second. It will be... Alright. Perfect. Hezron, your turn is done.
Yeah.
It goes...
He comes down out of the darkness and he sees what's going on and he just looks around and just says, "What the fuck?"
So, real quick, what I'll note is you're 20 feet off of the ground. And it seems that where you exited out of, there's no entry point back into it. You can't go back up.
God damn it.
Keep blocking your
Just keeps
escape.
getting worse and worse.
You keep blocking your escapes. Avran, you're up.
He's gonna be laying into this thing going, "Where's the fucking gold?"
You are frightened, which means you have disadvantage on your attack rolls, but you can still fight it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. If I could still, I'll beat the of it. Hold on.
Frightened states you have disadvantage on if you can see it on any attack rolls or ability checks, and then you cannot move closer towards it. But since you're already adjacent, you can go ahead and swing.
Okay, I'll do that. When I got you right. And okay, yeah, you said I could attack it.
Yeah, you just have disadvantage. That's all.
I got you. Oh, is that a second level? I have second levels. Oh. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna start swinging wildly into it.
That makes sense.
Obviously, Great Weapon Master, because we're just gonna try to
Minus 5 to the attack roll, of course. Miss.
It's a miss. Okay.
Miss. Yeah, both will miss.
And then at the end of his turn, I guess he'll stand up.
So, yeah, as you're kind of getting up and swinging, like out at it, just like, it kind of like writhes, and you see it kind of like all manifest towards like a center point. It breaks open and kind of like snakes away from you. And as it's breaking open, these massive teeth are kind of forming up, and this large tongue kind of spirals out of the top.
And what can I roll to get out of fear at the end of my turn?
You can move. It'll take an opportunity attack, though.
Not going to move.
Okay.
Stay right there.
Perfectly fine. Fiona, blackness fades away, and you can see Alton kind of forcing the potion down to your throat, and you're kind of like brought back to consciousness, and his plucky little halfling face is like probably saying, what is he saying, Alton?
I'm saying I'm not trying to force anything on you, but drink this fucking potion.
Drink it!
Yeah, she kind of like gasps and immediately takes the rest from your hands and finishes off the potion.
Absolutely. You are conscious, but you're prone, so move action have. And then what would you like to do? You can see it down there. It looks like it's berating Afrin.
Yeah. So first question for you, DM, is his anti-magic still on me?
Nope, his attention is focused on Afrin, actually.
Do you want me to roll a d6?
For...
Does my...
Oh, shit.
Yep. Yep.
Please do.
Super
Yep.
strength Fiona.
Come on,
Who knows what it'll be?
Fiona!
Strength.
Fuck
Let's
my
Roll the
life.
dice. Roll the dice.
Dexterity.
Ooh, I'm super wily now.
Now, real quick, I want to make sure we have covered intelligence, wisdom, strength,
Not
No,
strength,
strength.
but constitution.
Dexterity, right?
Yes.
So we haven't touched charisma or strength yet, right?
Neither of them yet. No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, your dex is a 19.
1 second. Just give me a quick sec to update it in the.
John, just in case you're curious, she had a headband of intellect, but sorry, you're muted. If you were talking at me.
I'm very curious, actually.
Yeah, she has a headband of intellect, but because she's got a patron pact with a very wily kind of great old one, it modulated itself to the headband of intellect, and now every time she starts her day or apparently resets the headband, it shifts to a different stat.
Fun. Fun.
So fun.
That's neat. That's neat as
Right,
hell.
but the reason why Zizo earlier was asking Fiona to like read it, and she said I can't read anymore. Her natural intelligence is an 8, but when she was wearing the headband, it was an 18 or a 19 even.
Right.
And so when it was a 19, she learned all these languages. She knows like 4 to 5 languages. She has all this research and like talents built up, but now she can't use it.
Because she doesn't know
Oh
how.
my god.
She doesn't know how.
It's
At
in
least
there.
you're very dexterous. That's
Yeah.
what, you know.
Yeah, but at least I'm
something.
wily.
There's
Yeah.
something.
Also, just wanted to say that we all pretend that she's a wizard.
Yeah, she's a wizard.
Okay.
Yes.
A very dexterous wizard.
Very
John,
dexterous.
Yeah.
neither Jijo or Hezrod, neither of us are on the initiative.
Absolutely correct. Yeah. So Hezron is on the initiative on 15.
I
And
don't see him.
He's not
on-
there
it's
for
on the
us.
other map.
Malika is not on the initiative order because Malika was operating on the effect that Hezron was active. But yeah, you should.
I did roll.
We
an
don't see him
initiative roll.
either. We don't see Hezrod.
I see Hezron. That's weird. Oh, you rolled while you were on the other map.
Can you
Roll-
just add us?
Roll again. Click your
Roll
token.
again.
Click your tokens not that you're visible, and I will change them to what they were before. So Hezron, you're at
There you go.
15.
I'll take the 19.
No, you won't.
Oh, did I fuck it up?
Oh, look at that.
Where did
That's
I go?
initiative.
Did I delete myself? Oh no,
What'd you get on your last initiative? Do you know?
John,
So
I deleted
11
myself.
Malika.
That's fine. Chicho, what did you get on your last initiative? It
I'm
was
looking.
11,
Okay.
11, 11. It was 11. Okay. Cool. Oh, you deleted your token. Wow, you just went all out on deleting your very existence. Girl.
There you go. There she
What? Okay, hold on. Add turn 11. And you should be gravy at this point, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to reset the order, but I'm not going to forget the fact that we were actually on. We just did Fiona.
Oh, I haven't really. I just woke up, but I haven't
Right.
taken action. If I'm allowed to take an action?
Yes, you can stand up at half your movement and then take an action.
Okay.
Do you need another healing potion? You could take.
I-
belt.
I mean, I would love that. As you're saying that, she's smiling. Can I bonus action take?
Do you have Rapid Drinker as a
Oh,
trait?
no, I don't. Never mind. Scratch
You
that.
use-
She'll kind of look at it.
You can
Oh,
use
sorry.
your action if you want to drink it.
My action to drink it. Okay. She thinks about that, but seeing like the dire situation, she's actually going to cast summon undead again.
Okay.
But this time instead of ghostly, she's gonna make it putrid.
Okay.
So the second, and I'm gonna place it very strategically so it doesn't freak out my friends.
Don't worry about placing the token, because
Yeah.
if that's your action, immediately after your turn and before the undead's turn, the creature will use its reaction to move its its central eye, kind of on it, and it dissipates.
Interesting. Does she? Okay, she's not intelligent enough. Never mind. I was gonna say, would she know what kind of creature could do that? Like, could just dispel magic like that?
I'll allow you to make an Arcana check, but for flavor's sake, I'll go ahead and say it's a disadvantage.
Fair.
17 is good enough. Beholder's central eye typically has an anti-magic effect, and it seems to be imitating that. So it's basically creating an anti-magic field wherever this eye that is pulling up out of its gutty works to look at, and it's kind of snapping magical effects away with that.
Would that be the biggest eye?
Yeah, the eye that it keeps on kind of generating from its, like, it keeps throwing it up.
Okay. When
And
it
that would
did
be
that,
noticeable for everybody.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
It keeps getting shut out, but it keeps on forming it back up, though.
with
Okay.
that Arcana check and with like seeing it dispel my magic like that, did it look like it took effort? Like, did his eye have to move physically?
Not much. Like
Okay.
it didn't seem like it took a lot of. It didn't seem like it took an action or a reaction or anything.
Got you. That's terrifying, and she will immediately point that out. Like she will kind of point, and then specifically kind of looking at Malika, seeing that the smart magic lady has arrived. And yeah,
It can get rid of everything magical.
The one brain cell has arrived.
yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Let's join the party.
Wait, are you telling us to attack the eye or to be wary of the eye?
Both, yes, all of it.
Both. She's yelling
Anti-magic.
and pointing, and hoping that Malika would know what that means because she's the smart magic lady, and that's her turn.
Just to make sure, I was on
Fiona.
your turn, but I reset the situation so Fiona would lead to Kel. It's Kel's turn.
My turn.
Yep.
All right. Kel will move
And Chijo, you're on deck.
5 feet more. He's gonna shoot once, and then do you want me to do snake at the same time?
Yeah, if the snake is snapping forward, go ahead and make both attacks.
He's gonna do a flyby
Beast
past
Companion.
him like this.
Yeah. Beast Companion's a little bit different than like mounts or other creatures. It actually operates during your turn.
So he'll do a flyby, and I'll do his second. I'll do good old fulminator. That's a good fulmination right there. That's a bad fulmination right there. Cause
It's a misfire.
yes.
Okay. You know what that means, right?
Yeah, my gun's broken.
Well, first off, in the fulminator stats, you should put next to it parentheses P in parentheses P0 poor, the word poor. And then the second thing that you'll need to notate is during your next turn, if you want to be able to fire the fulminator again, you'll have to use an action to clear the breach.
Okay, that's much better than what I thought it was.
Right. So the poor condition means that it's closer to the broken condition. It'll go from poor to I can't remember the next one, and then one more below that, and then broken.
Okay. So I will remember that.
Yep.
Then
Snake.
now for the snake, he's going to do a flyby bite, which is
21 will hit.
that.
Give you damage.
So is a 1 damage.
You should be
or
able to click the word attack on the bite characters in the chat. Well, and yep.
So 5 piercing, 6 poison.
Okay. It is not immune to poison, so it'll take all 11 points.
And that was, let me just check. So he's got a flying 60. So I'll put him there. Let's say he's roundabout to that side right there.
Sounds good.
And I'm done.
All right.
The initiative needs rearranged.
Malika's up. Why does it need to rearrange?
Well, Malika was supposed to be going after Alton, and then Hezrod and Avran.
Oh,
So I guess-
perfect. Sorry, Alton, you're up. That's correct, because Dex is higher, and then Avran's Dex is higher than Hezrod's. Is that right?
No, Hezrod's is higher,
Okay.
and the creature was higher than both of us.
Got you. Thank you so much. So, Alton, you're up. You are standing next to Fiona. You're where you're at on the map. What would you like to do?
Can I see this creature? Am I too high up?
You can see it, and it can see you.
So what I would like to do is shoot it with my bow.
Okay. You currently have no weapons drawn, so item interaction is draw the bow and then fire.
Yep. Do I really want to do that? That's the question.
That's perfectly fine. Currently, there is an ally adjacent to it, so you have sneak attack. So if you hit it, you will do sneak attack damage.
All right. You know what? I've just kind of been
Go for
all
it.
night, so let's do this.
We love to see it.
Oh,
9's gonna miss though.
it is.
All right.
Just,
Wait, can I give my inspiration?
Yeah, if you have it.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and click the damage and make sure you have sneak attack checked, ready to go.
sneak attack is checked.
All right. So that's 16 damage. You see the arrow kind of like take hold, and you kind of like remember some of the words of like, kind of encouragement from Malika and like also Durin, and you fire the arrow. It snaps through the creature and kind of hits the ground below it. To everyone looking around, it doesn't look like it did much, but to you, you can see that it pulled a shit ton of the viscous matter into the ground as the arrow hit behind it. A very solid hit.
And then I give a thumbs up.
Ching!
DM, would you allow Fiona to yell out, having seen that hit, like putting 2 and 2 together, that physical damage is the way to go here?
Yeah, absolutely. Free action to speak.
Yeah, she'll just yell out,
It absorbs magic. Hit it with as much physical damage as possible. Good job, Alton.
Perfection. Malika, you're up. With very, very
What?
few options to hit it with physical damage. What would you like to do?
What the fuck, man? What the fuck, man?
I don't know how
Pull out
to...
the ladle.
I don't know how to physical damage.
John,
What is the physical damage?
why do you fucking do this to me?
I didn't do shit.
Okay. So,
Me.
thank you, Fiona, because I was about to,
Elder class again.
Yeah, so instead, Malika will... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, wait. Well, does it absorb magical damage, or is it just immune to magical effects?
It seems to be taking magical damage just fine. Malika, make an Arcana check.
Okay, we know that
Is it free
Malika
though?
doesn't know shit about shit. No.
Okay.
Because Malika will throw a mother... No. You know what? No. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I need a dex.
Okay. So what I'll just go ahead and state how this is going to go. It fails its saving throw. You see the fire kind of erupt around it. As it does so, the form kind of shifts, and you see this massive eye kind of jut out of this mouth that kind of appears in your direction. Hezrod and Malika, you're seeing this massive eye kind of like... Boom. Hezrod and Malika, I need you both to make an acrobatics check as you're 30 feet above the ground. As it kind of appears in front of you, you feel all the magical effects kind of wane from you. And Malika, for you, you can feel this kind of severance from Duran. You're like, what? Both of you make acrobatic checks.
Like the stained glass wings that were like framing him, like shatter and disappear. And for the second time since he's come into this room, he goes, "What the fuck?"
Dex saves. Both of you.
Oh no.
21.
Success. Hezrod, you hit that ground like you were prepared for it. Malika, unfortunately, you hit that ground like you weren't prepared for it. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Hezrod, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Malika, you're prone. Hezrod, you're not.
It's raining fish.
Oh yeah. Malika, turn done. It goes to it. It seems to have focused its attention on Hezrod and Malika, so its attacks will go that direction. I need Hezrod to make a Constitution saving throw. I need Malika to make a Wisdom saving throw. A Dexterity saving throw, and then a Wisdom saving throw.
I'm sorry. Constitution for Hezrod?
Yes.
I got a 16.
Well done. You feel its force kind of grasp onto you.
I flex out of it.
And kind of force into you. And it feels like it's trying to kind of like lock you into place. And you're like, fuck no. Malika.
No, he's fucking angry.
You take 55 points of damage. Are you
Did
still...
you just say 55?
5-5.
Jesus Christ.
Malika, are you still standing?
No, John.
Okay.
The warlock is not standing after 55 points of damage.
As this kind of seeping force of death kind of enters into your body and kind of causes you to kind of like enervate from your own self and your body's falling away, the fear that would be present in that kind of death is not there because you save against the fear part. Not the death, though.
Down. That's why.
Am I dead or am I unconscious?
0 hit points. Yeah, if I did not,
okay, cool.
if I ever do damage enough to you to do the damage that you have hit points remaining, plus your maximum hit points, I kill you. But if not, then we're good.
I heard a death effect and I was panicking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was okay.
Oh, no, hold on, sorry. It's disintegration rate. Let me double check.
God damn it! Not again!
Oh no!
Wow.
Again!
No!
no.
Bring them to 0. They disappear.
That is the second time.
They're Thanos.
No, sorry. Wrong roll. It is death rate. No, sorry, you are dead. You are not disintegrated. You're dead.
Flat
I
out.
can't cast Revivify on you because I'm in a cone of anti-magic. So we have 1 minute to kill this thing and bring Malika back to life. Let's get to work.
Hezrod, you're up.
Okay, you said when it like turned towards us and did that thing that there was there like a visual element to it? Like we saw?
Make a perception roll. This is a free one. I'm going to give you a free one.
Yeah, was Fiona?
I'm gonna use my inspiration for that 22.
It's site-based. If you want to, you're already holding Malika. You haven't released her. So if you want to run behind here, you know you would no longer be inside of the visual.
I mean, if I hadn't released her, she probably wouldn't have taken any falling damage.
No. You both fell, right?
Well, I was carrying her.
Oh shit! Did you fall though? Did you fail the?
No, I landed on my feet. I took 5 damage.
No, she fell. So the jostling did the damage to her. You both fell.
Okay.
It's just that even though you were holding her, she was still kind of like,
Fair.
Malika just like rolled out of your arms and onto the ground.
Like not to be I can't think of the word right now. But if she's dead, like he just dumps her.
She's died. She's dead. She's dead completely. So do you want to move behind the cover, like to get out of view? Because you would know with what you've rolled, the 22 perception, that if you're no longer being seen by the creature, you're no longer being entered or like blocked magically by the creature. If you want to cast Revivify on Malika, you could run to here and do so. Okay,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, you're still holding her.
Ground. Yeah, still holding her. It runs behind the wall, and while like running, as soon as he's out of sight and he feels like that ability to cast magic come back, immediately cast Revivify on her.
Okay, the 300 gold piece diamond is dissipated, and Malika, you feel this moment where like these gray feathers are kind of falling over you. And then it seems like this massive blue hand kind of comes down, grabs a hold of your face, and drags you out of the feathers and pulls you back into reality.
Phoenix down.
All right.
Hezrod, what happened?
Any other things from you, Hezrod, action-wise?
Yeah, let me see. How much? So that's, let me see.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25? 25 so far.
So I still got 5 more feet of movement.
You can't be in the same space as Malika.
Well, I mean, I'm carrying her.
Oh, that's right. I'll allow it.
Yeah, so, yeah, even just, like, as soon as he's out of sight and he, like, revivifies her, and Malika's like, what happened? He looks down at her and he says, I think you died.
Hezrod done, Averin up. It is not looking at you, but there are still a bunch of eyes still looking at you.
What did Fiona get hit with down?
Fiona seems to be fine. Alton is carrying over her up on the steps.
Okay. Alright, so I'm still feared, right?
You are frightened, correct?
Okay. We're gonna do a thing. Gotta do a thing. that doesn't do it. Oh, alright. I'm just gonna wild swing.
Okay.
Swing wild. Okay, we're just gonna swing for the fences.
Go with it. 20 minus 5, 22 minus 5 is 17.
Is that it?
That misses. That'll hit.
Oh, it's a miss.
Oh no, 22 minus 5, yeah, it's also a miss. Do you want to spend your inspiration, or does anyone have any inspiration they want to spend on that? On the first one,
use mine.
on the first one, it'll do nothing. On the second one, it will succeed.
Does anyone want to give me inspiration?
Nobody? Okay. Moving on then. Aberrant.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Do you have inspiration?
Yeah, I got one from Hezrod.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Then yeah, the second attack will hit. Go ahead and give me the damage on that.
Alright. We're also gonna dump a Divine Smite if it hits.
Hell yeah, double the Divine Smite.
Let's go.
Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, that's pretty good. 32 damage.
Well, no, roll the Divine Smite a second time.
Ooh, a second time you... Oh, not 13. Oh, yes, 13.
Okay, so I'm going to allow you, if you want to, the opportunity to explain exactly how this happens. But if you don't want to, I can definitely go through a descriptive.
I'll do it. So, as Avran is still kind of frightened by this creature's grotesque nature, he takes a moment just to pray to Octavius. He's like, please grant me this. And then he's going to go swing once, miss, and then he's going to say, fuck! And then he's going to go back and swing upward from the ground. And once he feels that viscous fluid touch the sword, he's going to try to, like, channel divine energy into that swing going upward and try to just get as much as he can. The upward strike.
So you kind of like press inwards with that second kind of like wave. Like you kind of push forward and like press in the divine energy. And as it kind of pierces, there's this loud kind of sound from the divine energy kind of entering into its frame. And the whole form of the creature just pops like a zit everywhere, splattering this like gray and kind of like clear white matter all over the place, directly over Avran and all over the bones around him. Just a smattering of fluid. The best way I could describe it is, if you've ever seen like the interior of what an eye is, like that white kind of viscous fluid, that's all over the place.
You ever seen a cyst explode?
Have you ever seen a cyst explode? Have you ever seen Dr. Pimple Popper?
I don't want to picture it. I really don't.
Well,
Moving on.
moving on.
But that's my boy Avran.
After the conflict, Fiona, Alton on the steps. Malika kind of like left behind in the in the arms of Hezrod, behind the bone wall. Kel, gun kind of jammed, discharging the materia.
I'm messing with it.
Yeah, getting the breach cleared, and Avran standing there with the sword kind of just slowly like fading with the holy energy, and kind of smacking down the smut of the creature.
The zit? You mean the zit?
Just the filth of the creature off of the blade. And Fiona kind of staring up. You would notice that, strangely from your position, that the staircase that you're laying on does seem to continue to ascend upwards.
Okay.
But that said, how would you like to proceed? Let's go ahead and start with Josie.
Okay. Wisdom is no longer my strength, nor is intelligence. So I don't know if she would want to investigate. It makes me think that she might kind of want to now.
Girl, just
She
do
would
a
kind of
somersault.
she'd point at the altar and call out to them.
That's where it came from. It was dripping down there.
But then she'll also point upward and say,
It looks like this staircase might go up. I think it does. The other one does not, though.
but having said that, I think, yeah, she's gonna go check out the altar. She's gonna-
Okay. You head down to the altar. Go ahead and make a perception roll. And then moving on to Jonah.
Okay, so first, lay on hands.
Okay.
And
You're spending some time healing yourself. Perfectly fine. As you're doing that, you see Fiona kind of walk towards the altar, and then moving on to Hezrod. Hezrod, what would you do in the immediate aftermath?
Do any of the ghosties go?
He is going to cast a 4th level Cure Wounds on Malika.
You cast Cure Wounds on Malika, and you're kind of healing her as you're holding her. All right, moving on to Jijo. Malika is currently being held by the fish cleric. How would you like to proceed, though?
Malika is like dazed. She's feels herself becoming healed, feels her, I guess, fucking necrotized flesh like healing itself.
Yeah.
And she's like, Hezrod, did you bring me back? Did you have to make a pact with another being to bring me back? You did that for me?
No, I just thought to myself, what would Golradier do?
Gain inspiration, chat.
The wisdom of our friend Golradier lives on.
Eternally.
She would have done a much better job than me, but you are alive.
But yeah.
Oh.
Elizabeth would have done a better job.
I'm in your debt, Hezrod.
Can you stand?
Yeah.
He
Malika
goes ahead
stands.
and like lowers you to the ground, lets you stand on your own 2 feet.
Says, are you okay? Do you need more healing?
Out of character, yes.
Yeah,
In
1 hit point.
Well, I got 20 back, right?
No,
From
remove by
Cure Wounds.
Cure Wounds. Yeah, you're good then.
Yeah. So I mean, she looks busted up, but she would say, "I've got a couple of potions still."
Okay, if you need more, let me know.
Alton, you're standing. You see Fiona kind of move down the steps, heading in that direction. Following her, or heading up?
Yeah, I'll follow Fiona since she's at 5 hit points and kind of protect her because I didn't know Malika was hit or died.
Yeah, behind this bone wall. Yeah, you couldn't see it.
I go, okay, cool. So I just follow.
She was over towards the altar.
Oh,
Okay.
ready to catch my dying corpse again.
And John, you kind of see everyone kind of like migrating. What would you like to do in the immediate aftermath?
Yeah, I'll start moving this way, and I'll have him fly over, like rest on my shoulder, and I'll start walking over this way, and I'm like, well, whatever I heard over here is definitely touching.
Okay. So John, Jonah, and Josie, all the J names. Go ahead and make perception rolls.
I did before. Did you want me to roll another one?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, that's the one I wanted. Yep, it's shit, so that's fine.
Yep.
Does it matter
Listen, I'm dexterous now. Or dexterous? Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Does it matter if my
Dexterous.
Sorry, what was that, Jonah?
I was saying, does it matter if my passive perception is 15?
It doesn't. Go ahead and make the roll.
Gotcha. 15.
Well, you got your passive perception. Well played. You would notice, and Aberrant, you'd be the only one that does notice it. As Fiona's kind of coming down, checking out the altar, she seems to be kind of looking around, but she's doing so in kind of like an almost like, it's almost like kind of spastic. It's like paranoid, kind of like she's looking for things, but she doesn't seem to be looking at anything. She's just kind of like glazing over everything. And you see Alton kind of do the same. And as you kind of look and are paying attention, this bone wall over here, you see that there's a shape in the wall that's very similar to the door shapes that you've been traveling through. The shape
Can you
appears...
point it out again one more time?
Yeah, one more time, absolutely. Here. Did you get it?
Yeah, I was in my character sheet the first time, that's why I
No
didn't
worries.
see it.
So yeah, you would see that there's a door-like shape in the wall of bone on the back side of the altar here.
I mean, Avon would definitely point that out. He would just say, "You too. There's a door-like protuberance over there."
Okay. Fiona isn't smart. She's not wise. She's gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
At will.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
My God.
Yes!
Chelsea, you're my favorite person in the entire world. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
Like I said, just do it enough
Oh, it's
times,
my
you'll get
favorite
advantage.
You are blinded by the light, revved up like a dude. See you rolling in the night. You can't see shit.
Amazing.
My guy
Just immediately cries out, "Oh my goodness, it's too much!" Just kind of, yeah, and crumples down.
Fiona, what do your magic eyes see?
Too much!
Cannot describe how much I love the fact that you keep doing it. It's so fucking
Like
great.
almost every time.
Every time. You miss 99% of the shots you don't take, okay?
We're in a world
That's
that
true.
is completely magical. Detect magic.
Avon just help her up and to the door.
Avrit, if you do kind of like gesture everyone over to that direction, everyone will kind of see what you're saying. There's like a shape that's door-like in the bones, but it's not like it's not made out of stone like the other paths or portals have been, but it is very similar to the portals that you've seen before. Kel, you've passed through a couple of these with your allies, and you remember that the passphrase that you were using was Sifford.
Sifford.
Sifford. And if you speak that word aloud
Sifford.
here, it does not do anything.
I'll Sifford.
Doesn't do anything.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Even by the door.
I'll
Hmm.
return to Malika.
What was that word you wanted me to say? Disappear? Discard?
Darlin.
It was upstairs.
No, darling.
Darlin?
That's another.
Darlin's the word?
Destroy? Oh, no.
Oh.
Disguise?
It was disappearance, and it was on the side of the dust.
No, I mean Malika knows what she's saying, but she's
Yeah.
just like
Shaking
still
her head.
shell shocked from like
Yeah.
being revived and like seeing her friend Fiona, who was like this fucking bad bitch of knowledge, suddenly like
What?
She's gone full
let's
like
go down to the Tesco in it. I got some crisp in it.
you know
like-
what, Gino, you can also gain inspiration.
Like she's like shoplifting at Lidl. I don't know.
She's like
Okay.
She's like, oh
So-
shit, we're going to the pound land. We're gonna snatch
A pound land.
Was Avon the
So-
one that got all the names, or was it the group that got all the names?
But wait,
Everyone got all the names.
so there's names.
If you have them
Oh.
in your notes, I hope you do.
Elizabeth was the
Okay,
note
so-
taker.
I mean, Fiona's a dumbass, but she's still gonna keep talking, and she'll
I
say,
only got my notebook today.
Elizabeth, I know you're watching still. Gain inspiration for whenever you end up playing Dungeons and Dragons again. Just make sure you notate that, okay?
You know,
I
I
don't-
deleted that sticky
So,
pad with all the
Hezrod would come out from behind the wall. He's kind of like
Hold
guiding.
on, wait,
like-
sorry. Brian, what were you saying?
I just deleted that sticky note on my desktop and made a new one.
Well, pro tip. I believe this would be a pro tip Elizabeth would give you. Never delete notes. Sorry, Chad, what were you saying?
No, Hezrod he's kind of helping Malika along, making sure she's okay, but he comes out from behind the wall and rejoins the rest of the group.
Okay.
"So here's the thing, DM.
Yeah.
She would turn to the rest and say,
I know we have to say the name of the squire rogue.
but Fiona, I mean, it's up to your discretion whether you'd say that the stupidest character here would know the name."
Well, here's the thing. If you have the notes, you can breach that forward to the party. That's absolutely fine. and they could possibly say, "Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. I think I would have been able to recall that." I'm not forcing you to. Basically, this is not a test of the character. This is the test of the player. If you have notes that say you have what you need, I'm going to let you move forward. Otherwise, I'll start forcing rolls.
I don't
So
even think
third with the
Hezrod
outer
was.
doors, then it's the Squire Rogue, and then it's the elf name, and then it's the wizard name.
Correct.
When I wrote those notes, you didn't actually have the names available.
Correct. Squire
so I
Rogue
just-
was next, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I need.
Yeah.
If you explain that in kind of like a subjective way, and then Malika kind of hears it and announces it as such,
Got you.
then that would mean
Cool.
If-
Because I'm gonna still be taking notes, guys. It's just that Fiona won't be able to articulate them super well. So I love what you said about her like saying it to the rest of the group, and then they can kind of decode her dumbassery.
Can I have the sequence one more time? It was Sifford, Squire Rogue, then last was Wizard.
Then elf, then wizard.
And I will
Inner cloister. The inner cloister is Rainek. Into the tomb name is the name of whoever destroys it.
Correct.
This is a lot of nonsense to me.
So is this room pretty safe? Can we take a rest here?
Your call.
I don't know what you're
God
talking
damn
about.
it.
I'm just fine. Doing great.
I mean, Fiona would immediately talk to. She'd try to.
Simo, are you still there?
Yes, of course I'm here.
All right, do you still feel a bunch of eyes watching us?
Yeah, actually. Lots of eyes from above. Kel, as you're kind of maneuvering around the area and you see her kind of speaking up above her, in this space, you would actually see it. And everyone would see it as well. You've seen it before, but it's weird to see it kind of being manifest. Above her head is 3 rings that appear to be made out of flesh. And on the exterior of those rings are eyes. And they seem to be kind of oscillating in this kind of like pattern.
Is that normal?
It's totally normal. It's normal. We got used to it.
It's always there.
And you'll probably notice that like Fiona is looking at it now because she can see it and talking directly to it.
I will send you a picture here. Hold on. Bear with me here. I think I have one.
So inner cloister is Rainek and the person that killed him.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
Periwinkle.
The very final thing about the person who killed, I'm pretty sure is going to be whoever destroys it. So it's going to be Fiona, is what I'm.
Jonathan,
Anyway.
can we get the name for the rogue?
Sure. Let me see if I got it in my notes. Sorry.
Kale?
names
Was
while
it
you're at
Kale?
it.
I have to take the hardest piss. And I know I only have like 4 more minutes, so I don't want to like end it.
Dad, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. Just
Fuck, Dad.
So,
What the fuck?
I drank a lot of alcohol this session.
Hezrod would have noticed Kel's like malfunction with his weapon. And so he like pulls the pistol out of his belt and kind of looks at it for a second. He thought it was really cool because it made a lot of loud noises, but he knows he's not very good with it. So he offers it to Kel and he says,
If that happens again, this could be useful.
Well, shit. Nope.
Oh, sorry. The rogue's name is Sedge. The wizard's name is Luden.
I was way off. There was no periwinkle in there.
There wasn't.
Wait, the wizard is Luden.
The wizard is Luden. The rogue is Sedge.
What about the elf?
The elf was... Sorry, bear with me here. I closed my notes. I have to reopen them.
That was your...
Magard.
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 And sorry, what was the wizard again? Luden?
Luden. Luden.
Wait, who's the rogue?
Rogue was Sedge.
Sedge.
Okay. Cool. I was just gonna say, after like he says that there's still eyes watching us, she might kind of say to the others,
May not be the best place to rest, but it's...
she'll kind of look around again.
Seymour, do you get the sense that when we're hiding, we can't see it?
She kind of points over to like where, just like over to the corner of the room, basically, and not directly underneath.
The exterior, just so you understand, like kind of the nature of the room, it's pretty much kind of like just walled area around where the darkness, like where the end of the map goes. It does look like it might kind of tail off, but it's really just walls. And then this is like a square space or rectangular space that kind of draws upwards ad infinitum. You cannot see where it ends. And there are the two staircases that continue upwards, like into just absolute darkness. Based on what you've been able to see, and with your notes, Alton would note that the path on the left side, the staircase, is broken. It seems to have kind of been dashed apart some 60 or 80 feet above where he got to. And then the path on the right, the staircase that goes upwards there, continues upwards all the way. And then there's the portal inside of the bones. When you speak the word of Sedge, it would open up that gate and allow you access into that space. If you close it, you can speak the word Sedge, it'll shut it. Or if you wait a minute, it will shut on its own. Based on that, you have one space where you have to kind of keep watch on, but besides the smell, this isn't a bad place to take a short rest.
Yeah, Fiona says that to everyone and says that she would love to take a short rest if they can.
If you'd like, go ahead and take a short rest. And then what I'll ask of you, just so I'm ready for next session, because again, we are winding down to the end time. Are you going to go up the stairs to check out what's up there? Or are you going to enter into the portal inside of the bone wall? Vote. We'll go ahead and start with Josie. Josie, your vote?
Shit.
I say portal bone wall.
John, your vote?
Can I go last?
Sure. Jonah, your vote?
On wall, baby!
Bone wall. Brian?
Bone wall, I guess.
Bone wall. We got 3 for bone wall so far. That means one more vote for bone wall means it's it. Chad, you're up.
Bone wall it is.
That's it. We don't need any more votes. Bone
Decided.
wall it is.
Thank fuck.
So,
Ah!
at the
I was
beginning,
not ready to vote.
at the beginning of next session, you'll be entering through the portal of the bone wall and entering into the next space inside of Sifford's crypt, or Sifford's crypt rather. That's it. Thank you for watching those that did, and we'll see you next session for the could possibly be conclusion, but could also possibly be just an addition to the Sifford's crypt arc. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next week. Stopping the stream.